Okay, I'm pressing the button. And it says we're live, so we're just going to wait for it to catch up and kind of figure out what it's doing. And I've got stream. All right. Hello, everybody.
Yo.
It is Saturday night. It is 8 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. What time is it over there, Alex?
It is 11 p.m.
Oh, geez.
in Quebec.
You're in it. You're in it for the
That's
long
my
haul.
bedtime.
You've had a long day too, I'm sure.
Yes.
Well, sorry, we're gonna keep you up for a little bit here.
That's all right.
Hey, you guys, is this stream okay? Because it's doing weird things for me. Already. As in, it looks fine? Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, it could have just been I paused it. All right. Yeah. Welcome, everybody, to the RC Drift Talk Show thing that we keep on doing every single week. Except for in April. We're going to take a few weeks off in April for Hobby Expo, for just taking a break, because we've been on and on about this. So we've got a few cool things going on, not too heavy in the announcements today. And Alex, do you mind if you just mute your microphone unless you're talking? Yeah.
Boys are getting rowdy down there, dude.
Yeah, yeah. He's at Elite Drift, by the way. Okay. So we'll cover the things. We'll do some introductions, all that fun stuff. The big thing tonight is we're doing a giveaway featuring some Mile High products. It's all gonna be one package deal. There's what, 1, 2, 3, 4 items in this little pot here. I'll show them on camera in a little bit, but that's when we get there. So the trick is that you need to be subscribed so that you can be able to actually chat in chat. And there's going to be a hashtag code or a thing that you want to chat when I do it. And then we're going to kind of figure this whole thing out as we go. Like, I've gotten to the point where we can figure out how to choose someone. All the logistical stuff after that, I have not figured out yet. Like, who are you, or where are we sending it to? So we'll figure that out later as we go. So the other announcement that I have, and this actually pertains more to Logan. Well, no, actually, you're not on. Are you on Team PDX, Logan?
I sure am.
Okay. So you're driving for 2 different teams.
I sure am.
So Team PDX is the official name, and Kenny just made the team.
Yeah, we just added Kenny on last night. You know, most of us were there at the track, so it was cool to let him know in front of everybody. But yeah, got our first new member.
I mean, you're all new. But
newer.
Yeah. Is there any hazing process that's gonna happen?
Oh yeah, he's been getting lit up in the group chat, and yeah, we've already banned him from the track a couple times.
Okay. Oh, is that him in chat right now? Gamer Danger?
Yeah, maybe. I don't know.
Oh wait, no, it's probably not. It's just so close to Chris's.
I'd be surprised.
It would make sense. Okay, moving on. If you haven't registered for SDC, make sure that you do that. It's going to be a fun time. Oh, Gamer Danger is new. Hey, what's up? Nope, that's old stuff. Okay, calendar events. Same thing is Tandem Tuesdays on Tandem Tuesdays. We got a new thing. SDC is the Super Drift competition or championship series. We'll be hosting our Oregon region starting in April.
Yes, we will.
We got a new calendar event here, April 6th. We just heard about it. Logan, can you tell us a little bit more about it?
Yeah, so I was just, hanging out at work one day, and I got a DM on Instagram from this guy, Niak for Speed. He's like I would call him an artist. He's like a designer. He works at Nike and stuff, but he also is dipping his toes into hosting events. So he has access to a space in Portland that is it's like a 2-story building with a huge basement, and it's almost entirely empty right now. And there's also a parking lot next to it. And so he just wanted to try to put together some kind of little car show as kind of his first event there. And so he's hooked up with, let me pull up.
It's Gambler 500 and one other.
Yeah. So he's hooked up with Tate from the Gambler race, and then it's also Running Wild in Oregon, which I think is one of the kind of co-groups for that the Gambler benefits, I believe, because they do some like lane cleanup with the Gambler stuff. So yeah, I mean, it's just like it's going to be a pretty small car show. It won't be anything like we do at the Expo Center. And the track is, it's not the biggest area in the world, but it's bigger than like a 3-car garage. So we should be able to set up a nice little layout there. Jake and I will go in and set up a little track, and we'll be able to drive there from like 10 to 5 on that Saturday. And then there will be, that event kind of ends, and then like a few hours later, they're having like a after party where there's going to be like a DJ down in the basement, and it looks really cool.
That'll be interesting. Gotta think about what we want to do about the stream that day then. Okay, moving on though.
I mean, I probably won't go to the after party. It's not really my vibe, but
April, so the weekend right after that, April 12th to the 14th, is the Northwest Model and Hobby Expo Monroe, the last one for now. So make it if you can. I'll be there on the last day. Import Expo May 11th, June 8th, slammed enough. October 4th, 5th, and 6th is Super G Worlds. Look at your calendars. Schedule your calendars, you guys, because it comes up way sooner than you think. Way sooner.
Also, if you guys are located in NorCal, all of Team PDX, our whole team will be coming out between May 31st and June 3rd. That's a Friday to Monday. So we'll be coming out to drive. We're going to be driving at Pit Stop, at A-Main Chico, and at Rolling Garage.
Right on. So that does it for calendar events. What we're going to do now is we're going to have Logan kind of take the reins here. Or should I start the whole, like, drawing stuff now? Well, here, let's do this. Let me switch over to the thingy here. Okay, I just devised this earlier today. The white balance is off. I'm sorry, but this light is crappy, and yeah. Anyways, so Mile High, thank you for all the cool stuff here. Thank you for all that you do. What we have here is, and like I said, you guys, this is all going to be together in one little pile, sent to you. So we got a Mile High FD lights, version 3, which is really cool to see this come all the way from version 2 is when I picked up on them. It's basically like programming like an ESC. Like when you turn on your car, you press and hold, and then you do all the throttle and gas, or throttle and brake things, and that's it. It is programmed, and that is your FD lights. Then we also have these magnetic little 3-pole connectors. They're really, really cool. I've got one open over here. Judd won a raffle today. What'd you get, Judd? Was it a set of tires? So yeah, these are cool. They're little three pin connectors, so you can connect the FD lights. You can even connect it up to the ESC port on like a Hobbywing ESC, just for quick connections. And they're good. It's a nice, solid connection. And last, oh, you get 2 of them, by the way. And then the last thing is this Pokemon Gear spur gear cover. It's pretty cool. He won Arrow Wolf end plates. That's cool. That is pretty cool, by the way.
Yeah.
Not just saying that. Okay, so I'm gonna enable this, and I'm gonna monitor chat while Logan here does the thing.
Cool.
So I'll tell you when. So the rules of this game, you guys, this drawing, is that you have to be stateside, because shipping everywhere else outside of states is expensive. We're going to do this all lowercase. And Mitch, you've practiced this the other day. So you need to be able to get this right, because I know you can. All right. Saw this coming. Well, once we figure it out, Azza, we'll do something for you guys too. Oh, where's the thing? So, Logan, go ahead and start the interview here. Let's get Alex introduced. That way he's actually talking instead of just kind of there.
Yeah, absolutely. So I've been wanting to talk, with someone, kind of from the East Coast area, Northeast area for a while. We obviously talked to Max, but I think if you are going to talk to somebody out there, Alex Jordan is the guy. So Alex, why don't you introduce yourself and talk about kind of what you do out there in the Northeast?
All right, guys. Hopefully you can hear me clear. I got a bunch of stuff going on in the background, but yeah, I started drifting a while back. If for those of you who don't know, I would say like the curator of RC Car World. I don't own it. I have no stake in it. I've never had any part of it other than I just host the events there. And that's where everything kind of started. But late 2018, our scene was kind of dead. We'd have about 15 guys that just come out, and I wanted something different. So I tried to start a drift series. It was originally called Scale Drift Championship, and then Super G beat me to it. They were first. So I changed it up to SDS. And I just been doing large scale competitions in Jersey for a while, and then I just started to branch off. My first West Coast location was Tandem RC with Rob and Shane. I was doing a bunch of their shows. At least maybe once or twice a year, I would fly out to the West Coast and do it. And then from there, just kind of took off. And I've been kind of like I would say like a mercenary, kind of a drift promoter for hire is what I pretty much am.
Yeah. Rad. So let's make it like we'll start pretty simple here. Like how did you find yourself just getting into RC drift in general? Were you drifting in real life before? Was it games? Were you just into RC? How did that start?
My first love was probably PlayStation 1. I bought like Tokyo Extreme Mission Drift, and then I fell in love with it. And I wasn't as heavy into it until I was in the military, and I came home one year, 2006, I believe it was, and Formula D was like in its infancies, and they were doing some stuff around my way because I got Englishtown and I have Wall, so if you know Formula D.
Yeah.
Yes, it is a California-based company, but the majority of everyone who started it is from Englishtown with Drift Alliance.
Yep.
So it was big around my area, and the thing that got me so into the RC stuff was Yokomo was in the area at local car shows promoting the four-wheel drive stuff, and it was fun to watch. And eventually I wanted to get into it, but it took a while before I actually did that.
So you was RC Car World kind of the first track you went to, or
Yeah, I stumbled upon RC Car World. I wasn't looking for to get into the hobby or anything like that. I kind of like was still watching the real stuff, and I didn't have any interest in RC. I never did RC buggies or stuff like that, minus the little Tyco stuff you get it towards the rest of the
right?
kid. And I walked into RC Car World, and at the time, it was huge. It was in a flea market, and they had a small track, so the place was big, and they had a huge team. And I just fell in love with it. And the thing that kind of took my RC drift career into this thing is I ended up getting hurt at work, and I was out for 6 months on rehabbing my shoulder, major shoulder surgery. So I could keep my arm in a sling and still manipulate the
Right.
controller.
Yep.
So 4 out of the 7 days I was at RC Car World, I drive an hour and some change every day just to
Nice.
drift.
Nice.
And that's what it just started from there. Snowball.
So what kind of time frame are we looking at here? Like what year is this?
Years I'm bad with, but I've probably been doing this for about 7 or 8 years now.
Better question: what chassis was it when you were doing this? When you were in
Oh,
recovery?
the first chassis that I purchased was the FXX. It was when MSC had the VIPs. They weren't called what they're called now.
Yeah, when it was a $600 drop,
Yeah.
just
Yeah.
to see if you wanted to try it or not.
Yes, I remember. It right off the bat, I spent 500, and the same week I was already dropping another, $200-300 on the wheels and stuff like
Yep.
that. So
Yep.
it was expensive first month.
Yeah. I mean, that first time you get home from the track, like, your first track day, you come back and it's like, all right, what are we gonna sell? What do I need to buy? Like, we got to do some shopping here.
So hold on. Mile High says FXX is always a great first car.
It is such an awesome chassis. I still love it to this day. Like
Okay.
I love the realism of it on carpet, at least. I haven't
carpet,
used
it's fun.
it on P-tile, but on carpet, oh god, it's so fun.
Okay, so where I was going with that is that like how you have those times where it's like hindsight is 2020. If you had the chance to do it again,
Mhm.
there would be so many other chassis that if I had the chance, I would do it again. But for the time frame, that was literally the only production rear-wheel drive car. So it was kind of a have to. Anyway, sorry.
Well, that goes into my next question. So what are you driving now? What's your favorite setup to drive now?
I'm kind of downsized on my stuff, but I currently have one of them now that I was using. It's probably my go-to chassis. It's old. I've had it for 4 years and I've been running it. I don't know if you kind of see it. It's my if you don't know who TDP is, they're known now.
Yeah.
But at the time, he was an unknown engineer from Canada. I didn't even know he was from out here either. And he developed this chassis. It was kind of like revolutionary at the time for a YDT. So it's all like creative color. I had it all anodized years ago to match the brand color. But it's a TDP before there was a TDP chassis, and I've been using it ever since. I have other chassis. I've run a Rhino Max version 2. I currently have a RDX Bingo Wasp diamond chassis as well. It's over on the table. I don't have it here, but that's something I have new. And what else I have? I have an FXX in the closet. I need to get a gear for it because it's all queued up. And I have an LTS.
Nice. Cool. So, sticking on to the topic of cars, one thing that I like to ask everybody is just kind of about weight. Like, do you have Uh, are you someone who goes for like a lightweight car? Do you go for like a heavier car? And then what kind of like weight bias do you like?
I don't necessarily care about any of that stuff.
Nice.
Yes, it's part of my series. Um, like I have the stuff like that, but I do worry about the bias. I do not believe in rear loaded chassis like all the new stuff. So um, our series is 6733, and the chassis I just showed you now it's 64, and then my RDX is 65. So they're kind of in that same. I like a balanced chassis.
So do you mean that the limit in your series is 67%?
Yep.
Or okay,
Oh,
interesting.
wow.
Yeah.
I'd never like we're obviously more used to there being a like a gram weight limit for the rear end, not necessarily a weight bias.
So
That's
we do have a max weight in the rear, and that's 1100.
okay.
But it's kind of like the standard. That's what RCDC is 1100, and
Yeah.
it's you have to really dump a lot of weight in your rear.
Yeah.
But the only difference between us is that also counts for your body as well. So the body with the chassis and the battery, all that together.
Yeah.
6733.
Yeah. Cool. So then that kind of ties also into like well, first I actually want to talk about like since it's very relevant. What brings you to Elite? You're obviously at Elite Drift Shop today, which is not where you call home. So what's going on down there?
This
Up
seems to be like my second, up here. It's a snowstorm out here too, so it's
Oh,
not
geez.
no snow in Jersey, and it's supposed to be a spring event, and it's a blizzard out there. But this has kind of like been my second home lately. It's I would say a 6-hour drive for me to get up here, but this year a lot of other tracks reached out to me to be a part of the Scale Drift Series, which I never intended to branch off. It was never meant to be like almost like the way Super G is. I wanted to just keep it single and just help everybody. And I did help a lot of tracks with the rules and stuff like that. People would reach out to me all the time. And this year, I got a lot of interest where guys were like, hey, we want to be part of it. We want it. So I was like, okay, I'll open it up. As long as everything works out, I'm open to it. And Pandemonium was the first ones who started out there in Massachusetts. They started it first. And Elite, who has been one of my big supporters, they were doing it. And this is their first event. So I came out here to kind of like see what they're doing and trying to help them out, give them pointers on their first actual series, and to get my ducks in a row, because in May I have another major event in Canada, which I host every year, which is the North American Cup. So that's May 18th. So that's why I'm here.
Okay. Nice. Sick. So you have like a couple different tracks participating in SDS this year.
Yes.
Right on. That's rad. So how to go back to kind of your timeline here, how do we get from you showing up at RC Car World to like deciding to run your own series? Was it like what led up to that, and what kind of, was there something, a space you were trying to fill, or what was that about?
Oh, that's a real good one, because I got a good answer for it. So what I was seeing at a lot of the local tracks that I was visiting, I had to go down to Virginia and stuff like that. I wasn't that great of a competitor, but I did like the competition scene. So I would go out to these tracks and I didn't like their rules. And the one thing that I'm big on is I don't believe that the RC stuff and the real stuff should be a major gap. I hate that there's a major gap in the scene. So I wanted to change that. And at the time, Worlds was still around, and I would watch Worlds, and I hated that there was no contact rules, and I hated certain other things. I don't know how true it was, but there was Vivian from SRC designed this beautiful BMW where he's styrene this thing. It's the to me it's like the greatest drift car in the world. I'm not even a BMW guy, but it was so beautiful. And from the guys that went to Worlds from my track said he had to remove some of the stuff in order to compete to make weight. And that was a big turnoff for me because I thought the best part about this hobby was bodies. So I wanted to do something different. I wanted bodies to be a real big part of the drifting. I wanted people to customize their stuff and actually have stuff in their things. I wanted contact, and other competitions weren't doing it. And I never understood why, because you could see a difference between a push and typical drift stuff. So I looked at all these things and I said I can do it better. And I developed my rules, which I've been in place for probably the last 5 years. But it's been the same exact way. I just improve it every year. But I like aggression. I like bullying on the track, and I like a lot of style. So that was one of those things that led me to the way it is now.
That's awesome. That's cool to hear. Like I wasn't too familiar with it all. So I like hearing that story. And I do agree with you. We were kind of touching on that last week about just how our RC cars are a pretty bad kind of representation of what a real drift car is, right? We have way less grip, way more power, all of those things. So it is interesting to see you take that aspect with the rule set and in competition side of it. Pretty cool. So
yeah, I like wall drags and hacks and all that stuff. I would never penalize anybody for it unless it's excessive.
Yeah. So
right. So sorry to interject here, but like as far as the contact rule goes, like how much contact do you allow until it's not favorable for you?
So I do a lot of videos, but we're pretty aggressive with it. Like,
okay,
I will allow a guy to dive in the pocket and push his way all the way through, push him until it gets to a point where he has to transition. As long as he backs off and gets back in the door and pushes him again, I am all for it. Like, you're showing that control and you're able to do it. I do have a no flopping rule, so, and if you have poorly tuned cars, we can see that. And I will, if you spin out on something you probably should have, I will, review that and penalize the other person. But we're pretty aggressive with the content, to be honest with you. And
I'm gonna have to move out there.
We want people to scream. So that's another big one rule of my thing. If you come to my competition and you guys golf clap or you guys are quiet, you're gonna set me off.
In the wrong way.
So I was watching the last PX live stream. But by the way, you guys are doing a phenomenal job out there.
Oh, thanks.
I love whoever's doing the live stream.
That's Adam.
I'm sorry.
You're amazing. It's so visually appealing and it gets you in it. But then I'm sitting there watching it and everybody's sitting in chairs. And I'm sitting there going, no way. And I'm watching teammates on like watching other teammates, but no one's saying anything. I'm like, why aren't they in the air telling them like, hey, you should back off a little bit and spotting for them? And I'm like, uh-oh. I can't wait to get on this podcast because I'm gonna tell at least I'm gonna tell Logan like, hey,
we're
tell these guys to get a little more exciting. This is drifting, baby.
I try to have the energy there, but when you're like way above everybody else, it's kind of hard. But yeah, I agree with you. It needs to get more rowdy in our comps.
There was only one competition, and it was where Chase and Ben were actually where they had no idea what to do as far as commenting goes, but they were doing it anyway. But that competition is, in my perspective, by far the best one. Like that is, I think, the atmosphere that you would have probably been looking for.
Who's your announcer?
His name is, well, the main one is Ben, and then we had Chase come in as a auxiliary.
Or that's the one who did the last live feed?
Ben
yeah.
did the
So
last one.
any voice that you're hearing is going to mainly be Ben on the commentating.
Phenomenal job. Really engaging. So
Yeah, he'll be stoked with that.
shout out to Ben.
Yeah.
Keep
I
it
just
up.
do all the follow cam crap and complaining that the internet sucks and all that fun stuff. Anyway.
So, let's see, where are we at here? So I guess we've kind of touched on this, but do you have any other big goals for the series this year, and as far as like branching out more, or is there a big championship or anything like that?
So I think I would touch on the goals. One other thing about SDS is compared to any other drift series, it's backed by hobby shop. SDS is all funded by me out of my pocket. So this season, I've been working to develop like partnerships with a lot of these brands. It would help with making my events a lot bigger and coming out with prizes, but the trophies come out of my pocket, stickers, all that other stuff. So that's the big goal for this year. And with all these extra tracks on board, it's going to help my pocket out a lot.
Yeah, absolutely.
And as far as the championship goes, I have my North American Cup. This will be the second annual one, but the goal is to make that a bigger event, in which this year it's already a big event. We got a few other West Coast guys coming out in May, not to mention, the Northeast and some of the Midwest guys coming out. But once this elite gets their SDS events rolling and pandemonium, we have Strictly in Toronto who's on board as well, and Key City Hobbies is developing their SDS. Once they get the ball rolling, next year we'll come in firing, and then we'll do a North American Championship.
Awesome.
So that's the goal. I'm just helping these guys get their situation.
That's great.
Hey, super random question here, because you're at Elite. When you were doing your driver's meeting, did they have to go through it both in French and English? Because whenever I watch their driver's meeting, it's always in French. I'm like, okay.
Yes. So today, again, like I said, this is their first one, so they're learning at the same time. And normally when I'm here, I kind of have the reins, but I stepped back today. I didn't want to get involved with it, and I let them do it. And this time they did not do an English version. They went straight through in French. But like all the other events that I do, I'll usually do the driver's meeting, and then the French guys come in and speak to everybody else here. Because Elite is in like French Canada. You go another 30 minutes into Montreal, which is still in this kind of same area, and they speak English and French. But here is like predominantly French.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I know when I was talking to Sebastian at STC last year, he had good enough English that we could converse and do all of that, but there was a little bit of a breakup. So yeah.
So you guys have your a few tracks breaking out this year, and next year you'll plan on having like more of a championship. That sounds good. So I guess what I wanted to talk about would be what is the overall scene like out there? Because I don't know, there's this weird phenomenon where we just kind of don't really hear a lot about what goes on out there. So what are the biggest East Coast tracks, and where is RC Car World kind of where the hub of everything, or what's going on there?
Yeah, I kind of agree with you. It is, even though the East Coast has been had some big tracks. We've been around for a minute with some of the tracks like Dory Loud and stuff like that. We're kind of quiet. I don't know why. If you meet any of us from the East Coast, especially the Northeast, we're just loud and ignorant. So I don't know how we haven't taken over social media. Um, but RC Pro World is probably the biggest track on the East at one point. Elite's kind of stole that. Um, now tracks are starting to grow or pop up. Like I said, Pandemonium's new, and they're moving pretty quickly. Um, who else am I missing? RC Driftway, another New England track. Really beautiful track. Brand new owner. He's new to the game. He's really invested, dumping a lot of money into his scene over there. They're part of the Super G regional. They're the New England regional.
Nice.
Great owner. We got Key City Hobbies. Key City is currently run. If you know what the Bingo Wash chassis is,
Yeah.
Their lead engineer is the one who's spearheading Key City Hobbies. So they're in Maryland. Virginia has a bunch of tracks, but they're owned by Hobby Towns. So you got Scaletopia, which has been around a long, long time. They just moved different locations. And I'm trying to think of something else. And I think after that, then it just drops to Florida. But anything in the northeast area, we kind of all like intertwine.
Yeah.
We're moving all the time.
Yeah.
To other tracks and stuff like that.
It seems like
so. There's a huge scene. It is growing really fast.
Yeah.
And a lot of these scenes are coming to RC Car World and then branching off from there. So
it seems like commuting and traveling is obviously just because of the proximity of all the cities is a lot more common for you guys. And
yes and no. I think obviously like New Jersey is such a little small state, and you got New York and everything's like 30 minutes, but New England's pretty far up, and even here. I think there's just a lot of passion for people in this area that are willing to travel.
yeah,
When as the SDS kind of grew and just RC Car World itself, I had Virginia, I would have North Carolina come up. I would have Canada comes up every time or comes down every time, and I had all these other places. I would say there's a large group of dedicated guys that are just passionate about it. And then the new guys are also like getting into it. But I think that's how our scene is.
Yeah.
They're just guys who are willing to spend that money and drive. It's the competition to go.
So would you
But
say
we do a bad job at posting on social media.
well, we can work on that. So would you say most of the scene out there it revolves around competition? Is that fair?
Yes.
Okay.
Cool. If you want to know me, I hate trains. I'm at this beautiful track that's huge right now, and I won't get on it. Like, I will only get on track just to compete. I'm not a competitor. I never compete in my series or whatever, but it's just my thing. That is one thing you will learn. Like, even when we go to Arizona and stuff like that, when we were still doing that, wherever I go, I will stop trains in a heartbeat. Like, hey, you're lining up. I don't want you to run laps and get that momentum. I want to see what you got from start to finish. Let's go, and talk shit the whole time. So that's the Northeast team. That's all it is. Everybody's gonna compete. It doesn't matter if you go there on a Tuesday or a Saturday. If you go there just to hang out, if you don't want a tandem, you're not getting on the track because we're gonna shut it down eventually, like almost like a takeover, and just let's go. And we're gonna start battling, whether we
Line
do
up
a
and do
random
battles.
tandem or we're just gonna, just to do it just for bragging rights type thing.
Hilarious. That's cool.
Yeah.
That's like 100% opposite over here.
Yeah.
Yes, but
Yeah.
it's the same thing as down south. Florida's the same way. Like, uh, I'm good friends with Richard Royal and Dory Lounge,
Mhm.
and he comes up all the time, and he hates when he comes up here because he wants to have fun and go around our big
Party
loopy
laps.
track. Yeah, and here I go. I'll stop it. Nope. We're
No,
tandem, and he gets so upset. So he'll call me and be like, "Are we going to be battling, or we're just going to be doing a train? If we're battling, I'm not coming."
How do you deal with that actually? Because like when that happens at PDX, it's like almost instantaneous, like bad water in your mouth. People get upset. People are all like, "Oh, I drove 2 hours to get here just to not drive."
Well, when I shut it down, I don't know. I don't like tell people, "Oh, you can't drift."
Mhm.
But just make way for us. Like we'll line you up. The way I have my track set up is that there's entrance points, so I can start you off track and then you go on. So we'll wait for cars to go around. If they don't want to get involved in it, they're new or whatever, we
Okay.
wait till they get to the other side of the track and then we'll launch them.
Yeah.
But that's how it is. Like,
So you're
I don't
yeah,
just kick you off.
you're not intentionally disrupting like the actual flow of the entire track. You're waiting your
No.
turn just to be able to do that.
Yeah.
I gotcha. I like that. We should do that, Logan. Or you
can
should
try
do
it.
that.
You have to have like the space to do it too, right? So you got to have like a launch point. Because
Yeah.
if you're starting, you have your two lines for your start, and you have it in the middle of the track. You're going to stop,
Yeah.
and then if the train's coming, it's going to mess things up. So
Yeah,
I
we
try
just-
not to do that.
We just set up like a start box that leads into a straightaway that isn't on the actual track. There you go.
Yes.
Yeah. That's a good idea. We'll have to look at that. We had a question a while back since we're on the topic of tracks, but Gamer Danger was asking they're looking for a place to drive in upstate New York.
I don't know the name of the track. There is a track inside of a mall that's really big. It's an open track, but it's they're new to RC drifting. I had their guys come out to one of our events, not a competition event, but one of our cool little fun day events, and he was still friendly. Like he's been around, but compared to like our guys who just tune and compete all day, like it was still a little learning process for him.
Yeah.
But I don't know the name of it. I think the only ones that I'm familiar with is Traction Action, and there's another one. I feel bad because the kid Giovanni Castro is going to kill me, but he's the owner of it, and they're in Long Island. So
There you go.
and
Couple options.
Yep.
yeah, there's a few. But if you're in the guys just ran past the stage and not like Eminem, there's a few. But if you're in upstate New York, you can come to upstate. So this is right off of the border. I'm 30. If I was in upstate New York, it's just 30 minutes into Elite. If you have a passport, you can come here.
There you
There's
go.
a
Get your
password.
passport. No, passport.
Oh,
Adam.
passport.
Passport.
Gotcha.
Border.
It's basically a password.
Yeah.
No, I gotcha.
Absolutely get your passport and go to Elite. I mean, Elite is it's Elite, I would say.
Yeah.
Well, where is Elite
Place.
again?
Oh, you want me to try to say it in French? The French name? There's no way I could do it. It's in Quebec. That's like the easiest way to say it. But it's in like Saint-Jean de la Rouche or whatever it's called.
Adam, Elliot
I
is
have to
saying
say it every time.
Elliot is saying that we have more people wanting to compete than you're making it sound. I think he meant that the other way, maybe.
No, I think he means it the way that it means. Which I mean, yeah, right now we're to the point where a lot more people compete and want to compete, right? So I don't think it's necessarily like out of the blue where like it's okay to do it. But all I'm saying is just like, let's have a separate starting line. Like, let's not have that starting line in the middle of the track.
Totally.
That way we can do that.
With the layout that we're kind of thinking of, I think that's totally possible on the next track.
Yeah, at STC it was nice because you could either do laps or line up at the line, and you could just bypass it and cut in. So,
Saint
Having-
Jean sur Richelieu.
Yeah, there you go. You said it better than me.
Saint Jean sur Richelieu.
I have to say it every time to the customs agents, and they just look at me like I'm confused.
You know, if you're gonna butcher it, just butcher it. But at least they know that you're trying, like that.
But they never like every time I come and they're like, "What are you doing in Canada?"
what are you doing?
And I'm like,
Cars.
I'm here for RC drifting," and they're like, "What? You travel for toys?" Like they don't get it.
Buddy.
Have you ever been like, here, let me show you?
Yes, I had to do it a few times. Like here, just look in the back of my car. Like I have everything there. The bodies and chassis is sitting in the back window. So yeah, I have to.
Yeah. Well, that's cool.
Yeah.
That's
So, what is there a style to like how you guys do layouts? Or is it more tight and technical, wide open, big sweepers, a little bit of everything?
GGT versus Super G.
No, so I guess let's talk. I guess we could talk about it, right? I don't want to sound like I can't stand anything like Super G does. I love their layouts and stuff like that. But I'm not a big. I call it drag racing, right? So I don't like long straights. I like sweeps to a certain extent. Then they get too drawn out. But Super G's current layouts are amazing. I remember one year they had like a really, really long one, and they drove me nuts watching it because guys would just like lie down. And I like to slow cars down because at the end of the day, the way I look at drifting is it's entertainment too. So when I got the crowd here, I want them to be engaged in it. So when I do all my layouts, I try to do it where there's that speed aspect to it, but I'm gonna slow you down. I'm not gonna let you run full throttle the entire match. I'm gonna brake check you and make you do something. I'll put a precision box in there to slow the cars down. Like I do a lot of that. My layouts have always been that way, and that's something that because of what I used to see in the scene. So, like I said, I hate drag racing. So I don't want cars going a million miles an hour. I want to see door-to-door tandem the entire time.
Mm-hmm. Judd has a good question for us here. He's asking about getting newer people interested in competition without dropping them against the number one seed and getting eliminated right away. Like how do you get new people to be excited about competing?
Here's the way I've been doing it, and it's a tried and true formula, and this is how my scene has grown. Rando Sanders. Now Formula D has it. It's their new thing. I've always been doing it. No, I'm not the creator of it, but it's something I've always done. So every week we'll be tandeming as long as like there's no new people on the track, but we'll do tandem breaks all the time. While we're doing that, I'm usually coaching. Like whoever is your guy at your track should be invested in all those new guys, helping them out, even if you can't tune. Because I will be the first one to tell you that I've been doing this for a long time, and I rarely tune my cars. Like this car that I have here, stayed tuned for 4 years. I'm usually coaching. I'll get out there, and if the new guys are really, really interested, you can tell who's in it and who's not. Like if you've been around long enough, you can tell that they're only here because their wife's on vacation or they really like drifting. And those are the guys I'll cater to and I'll coach them. Hey, this is what you're supposed to do. But the one thing that we have at RC Car World that I always did was I put dots on the track. There's a drive line on the track and those dots. And it helped these guys to see where they're supposed to be and what our competition line is. And it made them more confident once they were able to start Pac-Man and each dot. And then they were like, okay, this is fun. Now I can do the line. Let's learn the shapes. And that's how I've done it. And it's always worked that way. But I'm the only one that I know of that does dots.
Yeah,
Like Super Elite will have it too. And Arizona used to have it because, like I said, I used to always do it over there.
Yeah.
But
I never really considered that, like filling in basically between the zones with where you.
yeah, you have to because people interpret the line however they want. And if you have a drive line, it keeps them online and stuff like that. And it's great for competition, but it's also great for the new guy who needs to learn and wants to learn. And if you have a drive line and it's dotted properly, you can see where the fast line is without, using all your boost and turbo. The proper line's going to give you the right speed. So
you'll have the driving line even in like the main comp series.
yes,
Oh, okay.
it's I have it there for multiple reasons. Like I said, the first thing is, especially if you're new to my track, right? You come out from Portland one day and you decide, hey, I want to go to Jersey and compete. Well, the layout, I don't normally change the layouts for every competition. But if you come here, I can manipulate the drive line even for my guys and mess them up. But you get there and you'd be like, okay, this is the drive line. You don't have to guess. You don't have to wait till I get my driver's meeting for you to be like, oh, okay, the drive line is where I'm supposed to be. So I have it out there. And then it's also for the judging. Because again, you get a lot of judges or people who are watching and like, well, I was online. Well, those dots are there and you weren't online.
Yeah.
And the judge can see that. So it eliminates the, no, I was online when it really wasn't.
There's a point
We
of
can
reference
review
to
this,
the whole
and
track.
I can see your rear tire was nowhere near the dots. Stuff like that. So
Cool.
that's what the dots are there.
Interesting.
It serves a lot of me.
I can agree. We used to actually do that in the old Northwest days. It was fun.
There you go.
It was
Yeah,
good. It was a good way of doing it.
I had Reese Marin, FD judge now. He's from Philadelphia and RC Car World's 30 minutes away. And I had to drive dots out when he was judging our events. And he goes, oh my God, I wish I could do this in real drifting. And I'm like, yeah, good luck with that.
I mean, they could just take out a little paint.
Yeah, they would have to
right?
figure out how to get rid of it every time.
Yeah.
What's the surface there at RC Car World?
Looks like
It's P-top. It's just the standard American style one.
So is it VCT or is it B-tile? Well, you said American one, so
Yeah.
VCT.
Yeah, it's I believe it's like the American standard, whatever it is.
Armstrong?
Oh, we're calling
Yes,
it J-tile
Armstrong.
now, right?
Armstrong.
That
Yeah.
was the consensus. P-tile versus J-tile.
Yeah, there's
Yeah.
J-tile versus
Yeah.
P-tile, yeah. So it's Armstrong. I'm a bigger fan of the Armstrong versus the Japanese stuff. I'm on Japanese right now for Elite, but I like Armstrong a little better. If it's done properly, there's a big difference between Armstrong and Armstrong done properly.
Can we
Okay,
talk
so
about
yeah,
that?
yeah. What is that? I'd be curious.
Yeah. So when you take the Armstrong tile, you're supposed to strip it, and you should strip it really, really good. We stripped RC Car World a few times and thoroughly washed it, and then all we do is hot mop it and car spray wax, not the polished stuff, not the bulky, just spray wax. Our surface is very, very slick. So if you don't do it properly, you're going to get a lot of grip, and you're going to get a lot of the inconsistency. You'll slip, you'll grip, and you don't know where it's going to come from. But if it's done properly, you'll get a smooth surface. Our surface is actually slipperier um, than the Elite right here.
Gotcha.
Do you have any? It sounds like you probably don't have a lot of issues with like dust or anything like that.
No. The car's going to get dirty, but it's not. We don't have any issues with dust. Let's say this car's kind of dirty now.
I want to say that that's a relative and perspective, like your perspective type of
Yeah.
problem.
Sure.
It doesn't look like you've been shredding rubber up the back of the car.
Yeah, you'll get that, but it's not going to be bad. Again, if it's stripped properly, you shouldn't have any problem with that. Because that little bit of
rebuild your
spray
shocks.
wax, no.
Cool.
Yeah, so a lot of tracks that decided just go the cheaper route and go Armstrong, everybody's hit me up and trying to do it the right way. So
Yeah.
And so far it's worked.
Yeah, Austin. That's kind of how these work. Unfortunately, I need a different arm, but
The fact. Question from Jose. With the rookies, or with the rookie questions, what's your recommended chassis for a beginner?
I will tend to push people to RMX 2.0. I don't like MST as much as I used to. But the new RMXs right out the box have been really, really good. So I will push them there. Oh, and then I will tell them, hey, learn to drift from there and then go. I used to say go YD2. Obviously, that's not a thing anymore. But I will push them to MST. I just tell them don't end up spending the money on it because it's so hard to upgrade them. And it's so hard to really learn on them. But out the box, they're just, like you tune them, I hated tuning MST.
What if the person that was going to be getting into it knew that they were going to go down the rabbit hole of like,
Then I would not. I would push them to RDX right off the bat. Like as much as it is annoying to say RDX, it's such a good platform. Right now, I have one of my supporters. He's a Yokomo distributor, and he has the SD, and Yokomo's pushing that to be the RDX kind of like competitor. And I'm like, okay, well, let's see. But right now, you can't deny RDX is out of the box, one, and it's going to be competitive. I don't care whether you have, a few months of drifting in or 10 years, like even playing field.
what tires do you use at your track? And then also is that consistent across all of SDS, or do they all change?
No, they all change. Unfortunately, maybe it'll be something different if I get a sponsorship with one of these brands.
Mm-hmm.
But at RC Car World, I started with I really like DS Racing tires. I'm a big fan of them. I like they're cheap, and especially for somebody like me who's funding everything, you can buy in bulk and save a lot of money, and then you can still sell cheap and make money out of it. But the owner didn't want to use DS anymore, so I wasn't a big fan of Yokomo tires, and we used MST for the longest, but then they became like gold. They were so hard to get tires. So we swapped to Rev D, and it's been our go-to tire, competitive tire. I'll allow people to use Yokomo P's and C's at our track. I don't have an issue with it, and there's not much of a difference between on our track. It's more like a feel, but during competition, everybody uses Rev D's.
Nice.
Here they use we just use P's for this one.
hey, Alex, we've got a person saying, "That's my boy, my life on YouTube." Do you know that person?
My life on YouTube?
Yeah.
I don't think I do.
Well, that's my boy.
You're gonna shout out to Alex. You got to tell us who you are.
Yeah, definitely, because I'm on my phone. So I was supposed to use the elite computer today, but this competition ended so late that they just packed up.
How many competitors?
48.
Jeez.
Wow, nice.
Pretty
Yeah,
good.
we had 48 with a blizzard.
Like,
So
I applaud those numbers so much, but at the same time, just thinking about the time commitment for that one day just for competition freaks the crap out of me.
so the way Elite is doing their SDS season, they really, really loved how I was doing the Rando Tando, so they just adopted it. And they decided that that's the way they want to do their season. So when you do a Rando Tando, those events can be quick.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
this is their first event, so it was all a learning curve, and they were not on the right time frame.
Yeah. It's all.
If you watch the live feed, it was so drawn out.
Hmm.
You know, it's going to get faster.
Yeah.
Especially with that many people in a Rando Tando, you could do. I have normally for my SDS events at RC Pro, where I have 2 events in one day. I have the amateur class and the pro class qualifying for both classes, and I'm usually done by 5, 6. This event with only one class and no quals ended at I think like 7:30 or something.
Yeah. You know,
They better get it right.
they'll iron out the kinks, I'm sure. So when you say Rando Tando, just for clarity, you mean no qualifying and random seeding for the brackets?
I've always used a phone randomizer.
Yeah. And then, so did they do like, what would that be like? Math, like 16 and then go into 32, or how did you eliminate?
So the way they went about it today was they had 43 pre-registers. I'm a firm believer of the people pre-registering and supporting the season because they're they're not getting their money back even if they don't come. But the way we incentivized it was those guys who pre-register were put in a lottery. We broadcast a roulette wheel on the wall, 2 roulette wheels, one with their name, one with their number, and everybody stood in front of their Bluetooth screen to see if they were one of the top 30 drivers to get lucky enough to be locked in. And then after that, we have our gatekeeper bracket to fill in the 31 and 32. So
Nice.
we filled in the 30 yesterday, and then today we just had the rest of the drivers kind of fill in.
Cool. So you had like a paid pre-registration, and if you do that, you get entered into the lottery to be in top
Yep.
30. That's a nice way to do that. I like that.
Yeah, I think one of those things, like I kind of really push for guys to like pre-register and stuff like that. It's one of those things where, like Fridays, if you pre-register or you just come out and show support, like I'm gonna do something to make it worth your while, you know.
Yeah.
So I will do either whether it's prizes or if you come out and support my events. If you come out Fridays, you get the track layout. You'll know what it is. You'll get more time to drive. So I do it that way.
When you say pre-register, like, are you saying registering for the entire series?
No, they just register for
For that day?
you know.
Okay. Cool. And what kind of a platform are you using for pre-registration?
I normally will just take. I would just do it through social media. If I'm doing on my end, I just use social media and I'll write everything down, which is probably not the best way to go about it, but that's the easiest way for me when I'm the only one doing it. Here, they actually, it's like buying a ticket. You know, you can buy it straight from the Elite website. So I have the LLC for Scale Drift Series, so that we can start the online stuff and let people register. But right now, it's not. Hopefully, by the end of the year, we'll get it done.
Gotcha. Just to throw it out there as a reminder, guys, we are doing a Mile High giveaway today. We are at 16 entries right now, so you have a really good chance to win. It is a stateside competition. Hashtag Mile High in the chat to win. You do need to be subscribed to be able to enter into the drawing. So just a reminder.
Maybe for like an hour.
So, I wanna like try to shout out some of the top tier East Coast guys. So who won at Scale Drift today?
William Gertan. He's an elite driver, and he won today. He's actually our SDS champion at RC Car World last year.
Nice.
He could do that all our rounds.
Is he still driving the MD2?
No, he has a prototype TDP. That's what he's running.
I think it's the same William that I'm.
Yeah,
hoping.
he was at Super G last year.
Yeah, he was the one that literally drive an MD2 like
The day he built it or something.
Yeah, the day he built it. Like crazy stuff. Anyway, sorry.
Yeah, so he's one of our guys. The other champion would be Anthony Torres. He's one of my local guys. Virginia has a few guys, Fresno James, Mike Bigby. There's a bunch of good guys. I don't want to compete against that.
Do you think that obviously there's a whole situation of like qualifying in the Super G side versus where you are, and there's maybe not a region close by. I just would like to see more. I guess I personally, because I'm selfish, I guess I'd like to see more like East Coast guys out at Super G. Do you think we'll get some of that happening, or
You will this year. I'll be there this year.
oh right on.
So because of my career, it makes it tough for me to go. But I kind of made it a point to show out. If you don't know, our first time actually traveling, I was part of. Justin was there. You can tell Justin. You can ask Justin about it. But the first U.S. championship.
Okay.
And that's when Jersey showed out of nowhere and beat all the top drivers around and it was a really good bracket, and it was like mixed with all around. It wasn't just California people, it was Texas, Missouri, all walks of life from all around the US. It wasn't the best venue, but Jersey came out on top, and that was the last time there was like one of those US ones like that, and Super G came and took the mantle and ran with it. They're doing a great job with it. But East Coast since then has not represented at all in the Super G regionals. I could probably be like one of those people to blame for it because they kind of like the rules that I have versus Super G stuff.
Sure.
But
Fair enough.
Super G's rules have changed, and sorry, everybody's like walking out and they're saying hi to me. But Super G rules have changed, and guys are more open now, so they're going to show up. They're going to come out.
That's awesome.
And it should be fun.
Is there? I'm not too familiar with the geography of everything, but I would imagine a lot of you guys just qualify for like geography reasons, right?
Yeah. Like I said, there's only one.
Yeah.
Region, which is the New England one, and that's what RC Drift plays. He's still new, so there wouldn't be like a really good representation for the region right off the bat.
Right,
You
because it's a
know,
new track. Fair enough.
yeah, they're new and they're learning how to throw competitions too. So
Yeah,
uh,
but a
you know,
lot of your guys are
I
like
think
far enough away from that track to where.
yeah, we can't compete regularly. It's the same as coming into elite. It's 5.5 hours to go.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know,
So
up to it.
all of
So,
you in your area just automatically qualify, and just based on how far away you are from a region.
yeah.
Good. Well, I'm excited to meet more of people, from that area. It's gonna be cool.
Yeah, I'll be in Denver too. Next month.
For the potluck.
So if you guys are there, I'll be there too. It's gonna drive me nuts because I don't like going in circles, but I'm only going there just to kind of hang out.
I don't think any of the Oregon guys are going. I know
No,
some of the
not
Seattle
this
guys
year.
are.
Next year,
Well, if anybody's listening,
I definitely want to go to Colorado and to Hobby Shop, Texas, for their big events, their big Monterey events.
one of the first events that I ever like created was at a place called the Hobby Shop in New Jersey,
Hilarious.
and it started out as the Hobby Shop Drift Series. I still have like one of the cars with the logo and banner and everything on it. It's crazy. So when they popped up, I was like, wow. Some of our guys go there.
Oh yeah, cool.
Mhm.
In your series, do you guys do any kind of protests or anything like that?
Yeah. Oh yeah. The one major thing that I didn't want was, again, this is coming from like experience of watching and being part of events where there was some questionable stuff going on, and I didn't want that for my series at all. Like I don't want the conspiracies. Oh, this team's winning. Cool. So I wanted the protest, and we have it. It is a fee. It went up this year. I can't tell you off the bat exactly how much. I believe it's like $25 a protest, but we kind of review the battles pretty quickly if we really need to, and I allow people to protest and be able to have the time to review the video and go from it. Today, we had some really big battles that should have been protested, and they didn't protest them because they were going under a rule that they kind of had here where you could only protest, you had to know where on the track you wanted to protest. That's not kind of something I go by. I review the whole battle.
Yeah.
And if I'll return it that way. But that's one of those things where I definitely believe in protest because I'm confident in the way I judge. But we're all human.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna make a mistake here and there. Even today I was one of those calls that I thought I was so correct after review. I seen something, but
Yep.
I do have it in there. I just put it up higher because what was happening is when I originally came up with the protest thing, I gave everybody one protest and event. What happens if you don't really know drifting? And you lose, and you're just like, oh, I thought I won that, and you're gonna protest it, even if you blew through a wall and your chassis and Lego pieces. You're gonna be like, I thought I won it.
Yeah.
So it started out that way, and then I gave people a select amount per year or per season, and they would still do the same thing. They would challenge like when they shouldn't have challenged, and they were slowing up my events. So now I just kind of cranked it up a little bit. Hey, if you really believe you won, I'm going to give you the time to review it. I give them to the end of the next battle, and if it's like the top four, they get a little bit more time, but the fees go up. So, if they really want to protest, they better make sure that they know why they're protesting, and make it worth our while. If
Yeah.
you're going to slow anything up.
Totally. just be sure that you're confident and that you can't just throw out a protest because you feel like you won. Because what driver, if it's a close battle, thinks they lost? You know what I mean? Like everybody thinks they won.
Mhm.
What are so do you also judge most of your competitions?
Yes, I love that part. Um, I like being the bad guy. I don't care. But the main reason I do like judging is because um, I like to explain why people lost too. That was one of the things that didn't happen today. Well, I'll speak to the judges and Sebastian tomorrow or something like that. But once a battle's done, whether they challenge or not, I like to kind of tell you what you did wrong and what you did right and what led to the decision. So I'm pretty vocal as a judge. Um, I have this season. I think I have 5 judges, so they're not 5 all in one event, but I have 3, and then I have 2 as a substitute. So if I have guys, 3 judges, I may compete one day. So just to have some fun in it.
Yeah,
Just I love messing up the scoreboard.
I think that's probably one of the bigger challenges for someone holding an event is finding judges that are willing to judge and not compete. Is that something that has been a challenge for you?
I think the first year it was probably tough, um, because like a lot of people are so scared to be the bad guy. Like some guys are sore losers. Um, but I kind of will have like coaching clinics. So we do these rando tandos weekly, and the guys who are interested in, okay, well, maybe I don't want to judge this year. I mean, I don't want to compete this year. I want to judge, and then we sit down and I'll go through it. Hey, let's go through this battle. Who do you think won and why? What you see here, what you see there, and it's like a coaching clinic, but or a judging clinic, but it's like just something we do, and we do it regularly. So now guys are more comfortable making these calls.
Yep.
And everybody's like, I want in there. So it isn't hard.
Interesting.
Yeah. And our scene grows so quick, and there's so much people that are jumping in. I don't have a problem with it anymore.
Like at our track, we're kind of in a place where most of us want to just compete for like the whole series. So finding permanent judges has been a challenge, and the ones we do have, not to slight them, haven't done it a lot, or well, that's not fair to say, but they just it's they're newer to doing it in this kind of format, I would say, and so yeah, it's been hard, but I mean, we'll see.
No one wants to like it. I guess it's like weirdos like myself who enjoy the judging part more than well, I do enjoy the driving, but I really, really, really enjoy judging. So, I don't know. Somebody's got to stand out and wanted to volunteer their time for a year. Hey,
Yeah.
For the better of the community, somebody stands up.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, we definitely we have enough of those guys for our series, but it was definitely in question leading up to this. Lance, you're going to be one of them, huh?
I offered, but Judd said no, I can't because I have to compete. Blah blah blah.
Apparently, Albert believes in bribery. Do you take to bribery, Alex?
No, hell no. Especially not from Albert. He knows me better than anybody. I'll tell him he sucks to his face if he does something. I don't want his money. I'd rather be honest with him.
Oh, Judd's saying him, Damien, and Elliot are judging. I didn't know that Judd was going to judge the whole series yet, but that's cool.
I mean,
Wouldn't help to have a substitute. You never know, somebody could be sick or down.
That's for sure.
100%. Like
one of my
we
judges,
had
he owns like 1 million Dunkin' Donuts, so he's always on a yacht somewhere. And that's what made me have to have like substitute judges, because those events in the summer he would never show. Rich people problems.
You should host an event on the yacht.
There you
Oh
go.
yeah.
That'd be sick.
That would be sick. That's a,
Like, how do you think we should approach Royal Caribbean and be like, hey, we have this thing. It involves lipo batteries. I know that's not one of the things that you're like happy about, but it'll be cool.
yeah,
Maybe
we
not.
yeah, no, we should do that. Like, Alex, can you work on that? Let's do a drift event on the yacht,
no,
please.
this guy is one of the most modest guys. He doesn't tell anybody he has a boat. He drives around a Prius purposely, but he has like all these other cars.
All right, so let's see. Oh, do
Hey.
you guys always have like some kind of video replay system, and do you use that for judging?
So unlike you guys who have a great an elite now with their new system, we don't. We've always had a cell phone, so I've always like asked people, "Hey, make sure you're recording this." And the way I always did it was I would only review the cameras from the judges area. So
Oh,
like I would allow everybody to record, but I would only use the one that was closest to me.
I
Wherever
see.
the main judge was, that's where the recording should have been, and that's how we did it. And then if that didn't work, then I would ask for another cell phone. But it's always somebody's always recording a cell phone. The owner of the track, he's kind of listening to me now a lot more. So I've been preaching about getting a video system in there, and now he's investing the money. So I don't know when it's going to happen or if it's going to happen before the start of my season, but
Yeah,
at least it's started.
I think a good video system like that for a competition series can do a lot to like attract people to come and compete there too, because it does up the entire like value of the whole thing if there's a solid replay setup. Because I guess it's a question for you, but do you feel that replay is pretty important to drift judging, or is it fine enough without it?
No, you need it. There's no question about it. I think, like I said, I'm pretty confident with a lot of the calls I make, and even with that, I'll take a quick glance at something. Like, okay, let me just double check this one little section, because in real time it looked really, really terrible, glitchy, or something like that. It wasn't smooth, and then I'll go and review it, and then it looks completely different. So I use it. I don't always use it to make my decisions, but I definitely use it, and I want it to be part of the season like heavily. I just don't want it to slow the momentum or kill the fun that everybody's having. Because that does.
Yeah.
Slowing things down.
I did figure out how to do replays. I just don't know how well I can incorporate it with only me working the setup.
Yeah, the setup we have, it doesn't make it super easy for the judges to review your footage, but I would like to. I'm with Judd. I would like to invest in that situation a little bit so that we can make that good. And I like your point of like only using certain cameras, because it does feel like there's a little bit of unfairness at our track sometimes when, like, for instance, myself, when my close friends are in a battle, I film them, but not everybody gets their battle filmed, because I'm obviously not going to just stand there the whole event because I'm worried about my own stuff. So it's if it did come down to a video that I took, I wouldn't feel super great about not giving that opportunity to everybody else, right? So I would think it would be really ideal for the track to have a dedicated camera setup so that we can see all angles, and especially like when we do certain layouts, if there's on the back side of the track, if there's a turn that doesn't have a wall, so it's just a line, it's impossible to see if if a car is too off in that as a judge if they're on the other side. Like you literally just don't even have the ability to see that. So I think that would be
One of the things we did with our judges was we kind of had them for a while spread out on the track. so you kind of had to judge in that area, in those blind areas. But yeah, I get what you're saying. I wish we had like an overhead cam or something like
Yeah.
that. That
Yeah.
they could see that stuff.
That's what I love the most with FD that they started is doing that truth camera from way above. That's so good. Is this our first super chat or like our second one?
This is our second official super chat.
Yo, thanks, dude. That's sick.
Yes, yeah. So we can do super chats now if you want to. But yeah, thanks, Gamer Danger. Super excited to join this community, modding my WPL D12 shell for the Red Cat RDS. I think it's supposed to be RDS. I have on the way. Right on. That'll be a really long WPL truck. But keeping your eye out for like conversions. There are always people that can help make conversions for chassis. We know that.
Yep. The only issue with the security camera idea is most of them aren't 60 FPS. They're like 24 or 30 because me and Adam spent weeks looking into it for Northwest, and we could never find a good enough system that would do anything better than what Super G has.
Thanks, Mile High. Super chat, $4.
Another one.
Yeah.
That is something that I never really considered though. But the FPS is huge because a car can travel so far in one frame.
It's the biggest issue Super G's has with theirs. And like you're saying, FD, theirs is a drone that's like hundreds of feet up using a really high resolution camera.
Yeah.
At 60, 120 FPS. So it's
Red Bull drone.
I wish that I could. Whatever camera you guys are using at PDX and Super G, like to me, I wish I had that because those things are amazing.
It's a handy cam.
Just give it to me. I'll be happy with that. Like I don't care.
Yeah.
It's this clapped out little handy cam from like 10 years ago. Like that's like honestly,
60, right?
Yeah, 1080p 60 FPS.
That's all you need. But no one makes security cameras or IP cameras that does it.
No, it's the fact that I don't want to spend multiple thousands of dollars just for one camera.
That too.
I did see a potential option. It's the Ozbot Tail Air, something like that, where we can do like smart tracking and crap.
Yep.
1080p 60 FPS wirelessly or on NDI. So it's just a $500 camera. But like that's the problem that we run into, right? All of our series is like privately funded by us, not by the track.
Yep.
And I keep an eye out for cameras, but I haven't found anything good enough come in.
Alex knows all about
it. To me, that's the best way to go about it. To be honest with you, it sucks to privately fund your series, but in the end, especially if the track owner isn't invested in it, once the money starts coming in, they'll start paying attention.
Yeah.
So to me, that's the best way to go about it. It sucks actually. So.
Hey Alex, just to kind of get on the same page in terms of time, how much time do you have there? Like, can you go all night or?
No, I'm probably not gonna be able to go all night. But they have the way Elite works is their storefront closes, and then their track and their pit stays open as long as VIP members are here. So there's a few still left around. There's about 8 guys still here. These guys are animals that drift, but I don't know. I don't know what their time frame is.
Okay. Well, just let us know when you need to head out. Like if we go, well, when you need to head out, then you need to head out, right?
Yeah.
Unless they stay there like forever, then we'll.
I mean, he's got to go to bed at some point.
They had me up till 1:30 last night. I wanted to kill everybody.
At least it's the same time zone, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, that's fine. That's okay.
Yeah, it's tough staying up after like an early wake up to drive up here.
Yeah.
And then the whole day of the drive.
I do have a feeling that one of our team guys, Team PDX guys, is Judd is probably gonna hit you up on chat. Your DM, not this chat.
Me?
Yeah. Just ask you some questions. Oh,
I am open to help. So if you have something, I'm definitely not one of those that's going to keep a secret. I will help you and give
Yeah.
you whatever advice you you
Sick.
need.
And
Yeah,
then-
Judd is like he's like our lead judge, and he runs the competitions basically. So
And coming back
Yeah.
from it, that whole "that's my boy," he says, "Tell Alex is fresh." Who said that's my boy?
Oh, see, so I did mention him. Fresno James from Virginia.
oh, nice.
Yeah.
Thanks for coming back.
competes at, the hobby shop too. So
Good on.
All right. Yeah. So with that, I've kind of reached the end of the questions that I wrote down, Adam. I don't know if we want to start roasting some rigs, or maybe we can check out Alex's car a little bit.
Yeah, Alex. So you have your TDP chassis. Can you tell us a little bit more about it? Like, for your style of setup, do you know any technical setup specifications? Because you said 4 years.
no.
Like,
So no, I couldn't tell you much about like I can tell you, what's on the thing and stuff like that, but I'm probably not the guy to tell you like the stuff. I will tell you like what we ran when I tuned this. I was running -3 degrees on the rear, but I don't even know if it's still that way.
what is going on with your spur gear? Do you
Oh,
have like a
everybody loves
turbofan
that.
type of thing going on?
Yeah.
No,
So
it's-
when we first started, if you didn't have the money to buy one of those AccuVance ESCs that gave you that turbo noise or like the two steps, we used to use zip ties. You put it on the pinion, you flip the pinion the other way, and you put a zip tie there, and it would give you that noise. It was such an awesome like noise when you spool up max RPM, and then it would whip around and make spool noise. So when I was creating products for the creative stuff, I was like, you know what? Let me put a turbo fan to see if it works. It doesn't work, but I've never taken it off, and everybody always asks about it and always wants it. And I'm like, I don't make this stuff, so
Is it printed?
that's all it is. Yeah, it's 3D printed. I
Okay.
don't know if you can see it.
Yeah.
Nothing special.
I mean, it is, because that's not something I've seen.
Nope.
Yeah, I'm surprised more people haven't tried it. But,
I need to get something
Um,
like that on my Z setup, because I just have a jet stock on that one. So a little bit of noisemaker sounds cool.
yeah, it doesn't really make any noise. Though. Maybe it does. I probably don't notice it. But the only thing I can kind of really give you is when he developed this chassis, the majority of it was 3D printed. It was just a YD2 conversion with 3D printed parts on it. And he was ahead of his time. I wish I know the kid, even though this is his main track, but I never really met him or came across him. He developed this transmission. I don't know if you can see it. This is a wrap-up next transmission, by the way.
Okay.
He developed this. You guys are ready? I don't care what you guys are. Well, give me a few. And then he 3D printed it. And look at these guys. These guys are coming to bother me. You guys want to say hi on camera?
Yeah, who is it? Who is it? Who is it?
William Cre8tve.
Oh yeah.
Hey,
What's up,
William.
dude?
Taurus.
Here, I'll be in the comment sections.
Yeah, so this is a wrap up next rear end. But he developed it and then wrap up next made it better. And I've just used the wrap up next version. But I had everything anodized, and it's held up. This is all like Tiffany Blue. And I was sponsored by OMG for a while, so I'm no longer sponsored by them, but this is all like creative OMG stuff before everybody else kind of started doing it.
Nice.
So it's
Nice.
the cheapest chassis I have, and this thing kicks ass. I
So-
love it.
Let's talk about your electronics package really quickly.
Yep.
So what? I saw Sanwa, so you must have run Sanwa
I do
Uh,
run a Sanwa M17.
M17. Okay.
Mhm.
What servo and gyro are you running?
Wow, look at this.
He's like, let me check.
Yeah, like I'm telling you, this is I've never touched anything on this thing. since it's been in here, but was it another OMG? They're Predators, but they were rebranded.
Okay.
It's the Polaris ESC 160 amp and an Epic One, I believe, OMG motor.
Gotcha.
I love that. When I first started, I was messing with OMG before they took a hiatus, and I'm running, believe it or not, the cheapest gyro ever. It's like a $15 OMG gyro on this back. It works great.
There you go, folks. You don't need to buy an expensive.
Yeah,
gyro.
you don't need all that expensive stuff. I have all different brands, but that one works great. So
Right on.
So are you getting kicked out or?
yeah, they're trying to kick me out. I know.
Alright.
They're trying.
Trying to.
Well, can you like just really quickly? We didn't really cover this at all, but can you tell us about Cre8tve, like in a few?
Yeah. So when Cre8tve came about, because at the time I was working with a guy called Exclusive RC. He was 3D printing stuff, but he was a little pricey, and I wanted to make something. I wanted to make drift products, but everybody who had something they were charging arm and leg. If you know what 3D printing is, 3D printing doesn't cost that much. So guys were doing it. So my way of going around it and helping people out was develop this Cre8tve brand. And then I would make roll cages and stuff like that. I was charging $20 cages and stuff. And as a matter of fact, there's a dice mirror in here that I make. Nobody else makes any of that stuff, and I still make it, but not as much. But I was making stuff that no one else was doing, and trying to do it affordable. And I took that and I dumped everything I made from Cre8tve and used it to fund the SDS. But I no longer sell products, but I have products. If you want, like, I wish I had my car here, like the half cages that look like the seats that float in the cars. I still do those, but I don't really have a product page or anything anymore.
Gotcha.
I kind of just will put stuff out just to get money for the season.
Right.
That's the way I fund it.
Nice.
So supporting Cre8tve supports SDS.
Yeah. Do you still have liveries at all?
Yes, I do.
Nice.
I still got them. I don't use them much, but I still have them. If you want them, hit me up. I'll send one out to you.
I still got one.
Yeah, you still got the Adam LZ version.
Yeah. It was really good. I loved the quality of it. It was really good.
Yeah, I got the digital door hunter print, so if you want it, I'll send it out to you.
Sure. Well, so
yeah,
Alex,
that's what that brand is.
So go ahead and tell us where we can find you at, like your socials and all that fun stuff.
Right now I'm kind of like I can't say that I'm on social media as much, but the one page that I'm on regularly is the Scale Drift Series page. I will post on there. I know that it's mainly like invite only, or kind of like you got to get approved to be in, which is not much. Just making sure that there's not like spam bots, but that's the only thing. I don't really use my others. The Cre8tve page, since I stopped 3D printing, I don't post on there very much. And other than that, Alex Jordan on Facebook. You can DM me there. I'll answer all your questions if you have anything drift related. Don't ask me tuning questions because I'm not. I'll send you to somebody else. But if you want your track to flow right and flow, I'm the guy. And then on like Instagram, I believe it's Mr. F and Jordan.
Yeah, I'll post it.
Yeah, I think so.
Mr. F and Jordan. Sick. Thanks, Mitch, for that $9.99.
Yeah,
super
thanks,
chat.
Mitch. That's sick, dude. Hell yeah. Mega super chat tonight.
Yeah, I got 15 minutes because these guys, they just pulled out an RDX and they want to test it. So.
Last minute testing.
Okay, well, let's get you into a few Roast My Rigs, because you can at least maybe be part of that. You hopefully can see it on on your tiny screen there. But let me get this here.
Oh God, not that good.
Not that good.
So a little backstory with RERs. When we went to that U.S. Championships, I was part of the Endless Drift team, which now I brought back. It's here. Let's see, can you see it here?
Yep.
There it is.
Yeah.
I was part of the Endless Drift team, and we were sponsored with by D-Life, and we were able to get D-Likes for $400, and we had actually
geez.
developed one, all white one and all silver one too that never got released because the team broke up. But yeah, I can't stand that stuff. I really hate it. Like
So-
I gave mine back when we got it.
This is just a roast in general on the whole chassis itself. I think that's a first for us in Roast My Rig.
What, that people hate it?
just no.
Someone calling out the whole thing, like all of
The
it.
L-
No.
you could do everything that chassis can do with an LTS for a quarter of the price.
I
So if
believe
you're
it.
listening, don't buy that thing.
But it's so cool with the turbofan and the multi. No,
Wait,
no,
do you even have the multi-lane?
he does not.
No, he doesn't.
Oh, then sell it. Sell it. Sell it. Sell it.
It's
Sell
not
it.
worth it.
You
sell.
just bought a paperweight. Like, sell it.
It is more than just a paperweight. That thing is probably more than like 1,800 grams.
Yeah, actual weight.
They're
Yeah.
fun to see in competition.
Try to
So-
keep up, or like actually in
No,
competition.
we have a guy who can keep up with one of them. They're dope. I just don't agree with the price range and what it does or what it's supposed to do. But it was never meant for competitions anyway. Their owner hated competitions. That's why he didn't really want to fund the chassis to compete with.
Well, what about the outside competition that was held at the King of the Streets last year?
Oh, in Vegas?
Yeah, in Vegas.
Yeah, but I'm talking. When was the U.S. Championship was what 2019? So if he changes his mind now, I don't know. But back then he would never like approve us to use the D-like name for any competitions,
Crazy.
and we were
Crazy.
funding all the new chassis.
All right. Let's move on to this one. Vittorio's new chassis.
Is that the?
GRK5?
New GRK.
I always wanted a GRK. I'm not a fan of them though.
Why?
They're really expensive. I've always wanted a GRK because I thought they were just like gorgeous. I do like the balance of them. It looks like he's dumping a lot of weight in the rear.
Mhm.
High bound, high battery.
Yeah, I wouldn't approve of that, but it's legal in mine. I just again he's taking what a GRK is supposed to drive like and kind of make it more of like a YD2 or RMX. I would prefer to keep it as balanced as possible to the way it's supposed to be. But that thing is beautiful. That color. Oh,
Yeah, it's a pretty clean rig.
I've always loved their bumpers, man. I wish people would develop bumpers like that.
My favorite thing is that Vittorio will literally just on his social just film him like throwing Acuvance, the entire Acuvance bundle on the counter, just ready to go.
That
Must
thing
be
is
nice.
I like
Yeah.
it.
Really?
There's a lot of money right there.
That is a lot of money,
It's a lot of money.
but people
Only
like it.
question is with somebody like that has that much money in that chassis, if somebody beats you with an RMX, how do you feel? That's what I want to know.
That's a real thing, because like
It happens.
Like,
I mean, this
that
is
money
me.
that you spend, it will not do anything.
Yeah,
for
I
you.
mean, so my first chassis was like the cheapest thing I could build. That was like I thought would be somewhat reasonable. But now I'm like, I was just all of the most expensive things. Yeah, I mean, I'm not doing it because I think it makes me better. It's just fun. I don't know.
You do it once, but that's a little excessive. Like I
mean-
said, I have expensive stuff, but
Yeah,
all my cars, the cheapest one is the one that works the best.
I
had
can't.
a time
I can't-
This
that.
one is this is Richard Barrett's car,
Oh,
New England driver,
nice.
and you see that he's got a binho table right there. Which,
Oh, yeah.
if you ever come to one of my competitions, I bring them everywhere with me.
I've seen that on Instagram, and I saw a couple of them on your creative account. I'm very interested in that. That looks fun.
Buy it. It kills downtime at the track, and it's so fun. So definitely I recommend that. I have like 4 boards. I actually have 2 here today.
This brings
But,
up, I have to ask, is there, because maybe this is what replaces it, but is there a tech deck fingerboard scene at any of your tracks?
No,
Okay, so that's
not
the
because
West Coast
I have
thing.
something against it. No, yeah, it is a West Coast thing. I don't have anything against it. I just
No, yeah, I'm just
I've never
curious.
been able to do it.
Yeah,
Anthony actually has like $100 fingerboard. I'm like, what the hell? Like that's pretty expensive. But I don't really dabble into that, so I can't say anything about that.
good to know. Is
But
there
that
one at
seems like a West Coast
Elite?
thing.
Is there anything
No.
like that at Elite? Okay, all right, good to know.
This place is
I'm doing a
crucial.
study.
But,
geographical
that's,
location.
Yeah,
That's his car. Was he using a Wisteria?
Yeah,
I
so-
like the difference. He brought back Tycho, and once I seen that, I was like, oh, that's so classic RC car.
But does it have the 9.6 volt NIM battery in it?
Knowing him, yes. That's
Random
my boy
thing.
Rich.
Does it
but
have
he's,
tank
he's
steering?
special, and sometimes not in a good way.
So one day we had Jesse that came in. He had a YD2 of some sort, and he didn't have a LiPo battery, but he did have a drill, like a drill battery, like a Ryobi drill battery, and he set up a 3D printed thing so that he could plug in his drill battery and run his car off of that.
Wow.
nice.
You gotta
That's
give
pretty
yourself for being creative. That's some crazy shit.
He was
You
also
better
the
not
one
try
that
to-
won the free body for being last.
Creative.
No,
I would have gave him a free body too.
12 volt battery, drill battery, more than 3S. It's like 14 volt, something like that. I don't know how he did it. He just did it. It worked somehow.
Good
Here's a buddy, Phil. Phil's down in Texas. He wants to run this livery, which I think is fine. It's fun.
What is
Taco Bell livery.
sticker or is paint?
No, this is a game. This
That's
is
a-
iRacing.
It's just the iRacing livery.
This has nothing to do with it.
I mean,
Taco Bell livery.
once
That's a
we
little-
once we go here, once we're in Taco Bell territory, how far away are we from like Lucky Charms and Tricks territory?
Oh,
and Donks.
somebody's gonna
game.
run dunk.
I would do that. He ran a Milwaukee M12 battery.
I'll tell you what, I would run a Baja Blast livery.
That'd be a good color. Baja Blast would be a good color. So what
is
do we
this,
got?
a
We
E?
got Zombie Drift in Discord. This is a RT 2.0,
Nice.
also known as the Yokomo
Oh,
RDX.
oh.
Right. Yeah,
The
this is
Yokomo
their
RDX.
big shot at the RDX, right?
Yeah.
Oh, I want to
The-
see what it does.
The Onisiki servo. That's an interesting choice.
I still have one kicking around.
Yeah, what's this? Can you zoom in on the rest of his electronics?
He's using the Onisiki with a
Oh.
550. That's amazing.
He's gangster.
I mean, okay, at least the
That's the
550
most
is
beautiful
built for that.
servo, but like
Yeah, but
They couldn't have stressed.
Yes, Agiles are coming back in red and purple. There was also mention that they were already sold out in Japan.
Crazy.
So we're probably getting a late release in the States. It's on the AccuVance USA page as a teaser, I think.
Oh, really? I hadn't heard about that. That would be cool if they do, though.
Oh, AccuVance USA is unsafe.
I'm really impressed with the wiring on this. I mean, it's not like he didn't have to do a lot of like zip tying or anything. And I can't even like
His wiring job is better than my car. Well, some other one. This one's kind of tight.
all very clean. Tucked well.
Yeah, keep it plastic and just do his thing with that.
Keep it plastic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I keep wanting to buy one of these just because I'm curious.
It was
I have
good.
the same feeling. I have an LTS that is just a frame right now, and I don't want to do anything with it. I want to try one of these. And yes, they're just like the widest thing, right? I don't know. Something about them.
I'm just happy that they made like actual progression forward instead of
Yeah.
just like taking another YD2 and then
Yeah.
doing something stupid
Yes,
to it.
another version.
Yeah, I haven't been in the game too long, but like my first car was obviously a Z. And so to see the Z and then the RD1 was just the same car, and then to go to this, it's like a very large diversion.
It's a little different. The transmission's different. It's not quite the same.
It is a Overdose number 484 limited edition. So yes, Jose.
Ooh.
Dang.
It's got
That
money.
is the most baller piece
That's
of
why-
that chassis.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's why he has the Onisiki. He couldn't afford it after buying the Spurrier.
Yeah. Safe to say this is not his only chassis.
No, probably not.
Too many things. Yeah, I think I'll pick up a purple Agile when they come out. So I might have to pre-order. Maybe.
I don't think I'll ever be caught dead at buying anything that isn't black.
I mean, black is the easiest to sell. That's for sure.
True.
I really like that. The color combo.
Yeah.
What's the one of my pet peeves? Click on the banner. Kills me. I love that thing, but I cannot stand team banners and the team logo on the side of the car at the same time.
Huh.
I kill my guys. I'm like, you have the name on the side. You don't need it on the front too. I love
mean-
that color. Whoever did his livery, good job. That's pretty badass. Get rid of the banner.
My whole thing is the backwards
backwards.
lettering.
But all of
You
like
don't
all
like
of it.
mirror?
all
Yeah.
of
All of it is backwards.
So, yeah, that's
that
like
drives
kind
me
of like
nuts.
old school. Somebody's doing it this year though, for FD.
Mm-hmm.
But is that so? That's from like video games, right?
No, it's also old racing teams used to do it. It's not.
Really?
It's just you don't see it. What people will do is they'll make liveries so that it doesn't look like that.
Yeah.
Now, but it's coming back this year. I've seen a few cars with it.
So what would you have on the banner? Just no banner? Different.
I would have either no banner, or if you're gonna run a banner, then you run your local scene. Support your local scene.
There you go.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So-
I think that's fair. Like have the banner reserved for like the series that you're in or something like that.
Yeah. Or the drift shop that you frequent. Especially like the guys in Texas, they have like 6 drift shops locally. So
6 banners.
just have one of your banners so when you go to the hobby shop or something like that, you represent, your regular track on there. So
Well, all I can say is I'm glad I didn't post my car this week.
well, you should have. Actually, I seen your car. You talking about the BMW?
Mm-hmm.
I was gonna, as a matter of fact, I wanted to give you props on it
Oh, thanks.
because I really like that it was different. I hate seeing the same cars on track,
Mm.
and I was like, oh, I got to tell Logan, like that car is pretty badass.
Thanks.
So
So,
how many taco liveries do you throw down?
All the tacos.
I don't do taco.
All the
I have
tacos.
one. I have one taco livery that's here, but I don't really like taco liveries. Click on the driver though. I wonder if that's mine. Yeah, it looks like it. Yeah,
Should
that's my
have to.
seat.
Should be one of yours.
Let me see. Let me see the steering wheel.
It's
It's
3D
broken.
printing.
It's
Yeah, I
broken.
Yeah,
Yeah, but it looks like it's mine.
It is.
Oh, okay.
That's a Jake. This is the Z that he was going to sell and then decided not to sell it because it drove so good.
Yep.
I have a problem with this, Jake. It's not black.
That's true. He's going against his black is best creed.
This is like Jake.
This is the
3
second red
years
car
ago.
he's owned in the last 2 weeks.
No, Jake used to be all about that red.
Used to, but then he went to black because it was again easier to resell.
I don't know. It looks like he's going back to red.
Maybe.
Yeah.
It's the second red car he's bought.
It's true.
Wait, what else is red?
He got that shark from
That
Fred.
shark.
Oh.
I mean, he already sold it, but he still bought
Yep,
it.
but he
Okay,
got
okay,
it.
Rated
but
for it.
that was in a trade.
True.
Oh, well, I guess that's my time on this podcast, guys. My guys are
Oh, they're
Are
kicking
looking
you.
at me.
Getting the boot.
Yeah.
yeah.
All right.
All
Well,
right.
Alex, it's been
Fair enough.
fun. Thanks for coming on the stream and chatting
Yeah,
with
dude.
us.
It was
I
awesome
really
talking to you,
appreciate
man.
you guys having me on.
Of course.
Call me again. I'll do it again.
Hell yeah.
Right on. Right on. Well, if anything, have fun.
All right, guys. Enjoy your night.
Yeah,
Okay,
you too, man.
later. And now I've got to
Oh,
figure
it's
out
gonna
how to do
break
Now
it.
this.
OBS is
Oh, it's all
screwed.
broken.
No, we're back. We're good. We're fine.
Oh, you have presets. Yay.
Oh, nice. He was
I always
ready.
had presets. It's just
Now
whether
they
or not they work.
Yeah, now they work.
Okay. So back to this. Here's his weight distribution.
I don't like those big, giant splitter bumper things.
Hmm?
The knife.
Wait, what?
Yeah,
Oh,
the
just
what?
in the last picture.
Oh,
Oh,
the front thing
Yeah.
so you know what that is? Like what that's from, right?
from the Yoko
Mhm.
Aero kit.
Yeah, it's from
Yeah.
before your days. When the YD2S was out, they made like a
The
an
full
entire
Aero. Yeah.
under arrow kit for it with
Okay.
side pans and everything.
So that's why my Z has like some ridiculous diffuser that came with it.
Yes.
Oh, those always came
Those,
with it.
yeah,
though.
they always came with it, but there was the full side and the front and everything.
Oh, doesn't Damien?
Someone
have
has
the
that car
LTS?
still. Yeah.
Yeah, Damien has it. He got it from
Yeah.
Jake. 'Cause-
Yeah, with the crazy side skirts and everything.
Yeah,
Or the under tray.
it's an LTS conversion, not the actual LTS.
Yeah, I
No.
know.
it's a hodgepodge.
You don't like the Batwing?
That thing looks like it's gonna freaking take a chunk out of your ankle, dude.
I mean, but there's gonna be a body on it.
True.
Yeah, but the body's just gonna flex out of the way.
Yeah, that's true. Thank you, Mitch, for censoring your monetization things. Yeah. Anyway,
Can't roast. Nice sticker.
and he got the extensions for the uppers.
Yeah.
Good job. He must have picked those up from PDX the other day. At least
Probably. Which, by the way, that's an announcement, Adam.
Oh, PDX online store.
Yeah, PDX online shop. You can now order online and pick it up at the shop or have it delivered to you. Kevin has definitely been working on expanding his inventory across the board. So yeah,
This is my favorite picture, by the way, because it's totally wrong.
yeah, it's not right at all. But hey,
Yeah.
you know what you're buying.
I mean, but it's it's wrong. You should tell him to
We'll
fix
let him
that.
know. We'll let him know. Those
What's
all
that
sold out
picture
immediately, by
from?
the way.
And it's labeled right as the wrong thing, because we know that they're the Yokomo adjustable axles that have from 4 to 9 millimeter
Yeah, but what are those ones from? Those aren't the right ones, but
race buggy.
race buggy. Okay, that makes more sense.
I have
Well, maybe
them.
those are just the buggy
Okay.
ones then, right?
They are just
They're
out of stock,
yeah.
but
That's money. I couldn't play.
But yeah, he's doing a really good job with his site. It's really clean, pretty easy. Like, since there's not a lot of drift stuff on it, there's not a lot on it.
Yeah,
but
it'll grow.
It's all there.
Please try to buy stuff from there when you can. Helps out a lot.
Why is the 550 listed twice?
For extra 550ness.
So you buy 2.
Buy one get one free.
Although this is interesting. These prices are matching right up with online prices too. So
yeah,
there you go.
It's good. Was the Revox really $120?
Yes.
Oh Jesus. Okay.
Which is why 550. Like, if you have the choice,
Just go 550. Yeah.
just go 550.
I thought it was like 90 was the V4. Never mind. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah,
It's been a while since I bought a Revox, so I couldn't remember.
Yeah. Jose just switched over to a 550. Not to say that the 550 is a good gyro, but it is a good gyro.
It's a good gyro. It just is. I mean, it takes
is a
work,
good
but
gyro. It's just slow.
yeah. Like most of the gyros on the market will be good, and they'll do, they'll work.
Okay, we're back to Jose's chassis again.
We got to do this every week, huh?
But my roast
He was
is
excited he got a 550.
it's the fact that his Gundam servo sticker is out of focus.
It's called depth of field, Adam.
I know, and I understand it 100%, but that's the reality. This is the best piece of this chassis.
What your issue is that he focused on the wrong thing.
He focused on the wrong thing. But this zip tie thing, bud. Yeah, fix that.
No, that's good. That's fine. At least it's not all
it's
dangling.
fine.
It's
fine.
a lot of extra wire.
Yeah, but at least it's not dangling around all loose in the chassis like Alex does.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would do probably double-sided tape to secure my S-bus adapter over a zip tie.
Yeah, it's not going anywhere. It's fine.
Yeah, I just like the look of it better.
Well, no, I agree with the double-sided tape.
Yeah.
And since it's not the heat shrink wrap cover stuff, like the plastic will actually stick.
Yep.
Mhm.
Trying to double-side stick the heat shrink stuff like this Chevalier here, that's the pain in the butt.
Yeah.
Yeah, but at least you used with a flat ESC plate for it. I didn't think about using that. That was smart.
And then with the 550, if you're a little adventurous, it's pretty easy to shorten those adapter cables up quite a bit as well, I would say.
I swear I remember Jake saying he tried that once and then it didn't work anymore. Or someone did. Maybe it was you, Adam.
No. So Jake and I have both come across those cables, just those servo cables, going bad.
Oh, okay.
Like on a random whim. It's like, why isn't this working?
Because I remember someone did it at Northwest a long time ago, and they're like, I did it, and then they just stopped working.
Yeah, I've had it go bad.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, I did it on mine. It works pretty good.
That's good.
And Jose is adopting the easy quick change.
Chevalier, yeah.
So this is cool.
Bullets.
Props to
Yeah.
you. Although super huge connector, that's a lot of connector for that.
Should use 2 mil bullets.
Yeah, should be enough.
Oh yeah.
And continually, like the whole motor wire thing.
Oh, Jake purchased ones and it didn't work. Okay.
From ProTech.
Yeah. Man, ProTech burning you again.
Watch out, Lance. That's his
No.
sponsor.
You can't say that.
I'm not sponsored by ProTech.
Yeah, we're not sponsored by
Okay.
ProTech.
I love ProTech. ProTech is great. I love my batteries. They're awesome.
Oh, so yesterday, I thought one of my Redline batteries was dropping a cell because one cell was showing up at like 6.8 volts, and then the other one was showing up at 1.5 volts. Can anyone guess what the problem was? And this was on the charger, not my radio. I wouldn't be able to tell on my radio. Anyone in chat?
I know
Yeah.
it is what I'm gonna say.
I had no idea, but I wasn't listening well because
Oh.
I was reading chat.
Jose is on it. It was the balance port.
Balance port. Yep.
So Lance, remember how I like reinforced my balance port with like a crap ton of heat shrink wrap?
Yep.
Yeah, so it broke somewhere in there.
Yep. And then
And the only way that I found it is that like I started like stretching the wire.
Yeah.
And it was like elastic, and it's not supposed to do that.
nope. I have to go through my charge port cables a lot and redo the soldering because the wire just breaks over time from just being used.
I just
So
on
I
my
don't heat shrink them anymore.
my
It's not
first
like-
lead that I bought, I just had to reinstall or put on a new connector for the balance board because it ripped
Yep.
them out.
The wire's so thin, it just
Yeah.
there's like 4 strands in the wire and it just breaks.
Yeah.
So that happens a
So
lot.
this is the Rifuto 420. It was his Wisteria body that we were looking at earlier. I don't know if this was the same, if this is the chassis, but what do we got? We got an RDX with some sort of Yokomo ESC and this huge wire mess.
Yeah, I mean it's a total bird's nest.
It is.
Are you okay? Would you do the Sharpie trick on this?
Just
Oh, on the
blurring-
motor? For the edging? Oh,
Yeah.
like the dual to get the dual look.
Mm-hmm.
I've never done it, but I've never tried.
Honestly, I don't even like the. I would prefer just the raw aluminum, and on the ESC especially, it looks like it's so obvious and like not good looking. Also, are we looking at some Deans?
There is Deans.
There is a
We're looking at
Deans.
Deans right here.
There's, yeah, a white Deans and a red
We
Deans.
got some Deans.
God,
Dang, dude.
get rid of it.
We got like 4
That's-
random red anodized countersink washers on the front.
Oh yeah, 4 random dress up ones.
So, just a quick touch. If you do think about this, I tried it. So I saw Todd do it, right? I saw Todd do it first at Hobby Expo, and it
Yeah.
looked really, really good, right? And then when I tried it, it just kept on
It looked
rubbing
good?
off.
Yeah.
Like, it looked good. It was fine. It's just, it rubbed off. So maybe like a clear coat? Who knows?
That or don't. Well,
Yeah, just
depends on
don't.
the pen.
Or just don't.
If it's
Yeah.
like an
Just don't.
acrylic pen, you'd have to use an enamel pen. I would bet.
White Deans is the Wish version.
Yeah.
So it's like, it's the even worse version.
Knock off Deans, dude.
Deans. Deans are bad enough. That's terrible.
The only hope that I have about the drawing is that when we do it, hopefully you are still listening, because I want you in chat. That way we can coordinate how to get you the stuff.
Yeah, hey, I mean, if you signed up and you're not in the chat, then tough.
We'll just keep
titties.
on drawing.
I
Yeah,
mean,
draw until someone claims.
sorry, bud.
Hey, look, it's my old chassis. That looks totally different now.
Nice.
Oh, it is yours.
He
Oh,
took
yeah.
all the purple off.
Yeah.
Good for him.
What did
Looks
you?
clean. I do like the look of those. They look. It's a lot of aluminum, but they look cool.
Very fancy.
I don't think it's a lot of aluminum. It's so packed tight though. Sorry, Azza. Hashtag not eligible. Oh, it didn't come up. Oh, it's because my thing is not on. Hold on. This is what I get for not moving my stuff over. Yeah. Okay. So he literally just put this together. He was trying it out on Friday. Yeah.
Who bought this?
Chris did.
Oh, okay.
Oh. So there is a whole discussion on the servo saver, or not the servo saver, but the servo mounts. I'm sorry, Chris. Those are being used as a body mount on another
Oh,
chassis.
did you?
So, but I did include a servo mount. The option that could have been used are the holes that were back here where the gyro is. So it would have been a little bit farther back. But yeah, like you can't use anything outside of the Rev D servo posts because there's just no room at all for there. Like,
Are they like skinnier?
Yeah. Like just for where it's at, it's hard to fit anything else in there.
Hmm.
So switching between anodized screws and then black screws with anodized washers.
Anodized screws? No.
Don't use them.
Yeah, they're probably
aluminum screws?
Yeah, they're bad. I mean, it's a fairly important area too, right? Like wherever I see those. But just even the mix matching of them is not my style.
Like,
and then
the color kit, the button head color kit,
yeah,
totally cool.
Those are fine. Yeah. But anodized full anodized screws? No.
Yeah.
Never.
The anodized washers, great. But yeah, the aluminum screws, they just they look cheap, to be honest. And yeah, they're weak as hell.
So funny thing, if you have the Fanatec Club Sport V3 pedals.
Oh, good luck.
Yeah, you look at the red anodized screws on there. If you're trying to take that off, be so careful with it.
Just don't.
Nope.
Yeah.
Just don't ever take it off. And also, we don't need 2 wire guides.
Oh,
one is enough. One is more than enough. You don't need one, but one is enough.
Well, how close they are too, right?
Yeah.
That's like right next to each other.
Yeah. Just use a zip tie trick.
Okay, what do we got? I am really interested to see how this chassis, like, how this overall chassis works now. Because it is it's basically a DDS version with kind of a bell crank to it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the new.
It's
AD
more like beast mode style. Bell crank.
Yeah, center pivot wiper kind of style.
I drive with Chris a lot, so I'm sure I'll have some feedback for you.
Right on. I'm kind of also curious to see what his stance is, because this is a chassis where it's like now you have to move into actually tuning it to get it to do what you want it to do.
Yep.
Because it's not an RDX anymore.
Well, luckily he has Kenny.
Right.
He has Kenny to help now. That Kenny's driving the MC1, so he's gotten in a lot more. I mean, they both had conversion chassis and stuff that were more tunable. So I think, has Chris now like owned more RDX conversions than anybody else that we know of?
I mean, he only had the Carbon Fury.
He had Carbon Fury. He has R Design. He has this one.
Maybe. Because I think the other ones that we've seen at the track is the Koi chassis.
Mm-hmm.
That's about it. Included with the other.
Yeah.
What else do we got here?
Alex's favorite chassis.
Yeah. At least he's into it and he has fun with that chassis now. Right?
Yeah.
Because for the longest time it was always him at the tuning bench.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was up that is.
Now he'll just bring it to the track and drive.
Yeah. No, this Outclip is nice, but it still retains the same GRK bulkhead, which is the biggest issue with that. The extensions you have to do on the wiper is just so retarded.
And let's see, by extensions, we're talking about this.
Yeah, that to get the geometry right is just, it's so dumb. I am happy that the GRK5 has new systems on it. Like, it's awful.
Clean build though.
Very clean. It's very nice.
This little tag is kind of funny.
Outclip LP20. Yeah.
I wonder if he runs a shorty battery.
Yeah,
I'm curious if it's enough to offset that to get it to balance.
it does. I mean, the GRK, the weight plate that Alex got isn't that big. So if you run a shorty, like I think the tall shorties would be enough to offset, but like the Turnigy ones that me and Jake run, I don't think would be enough.
MST rod ends.
I saw that. Well, MST rod ends.
What's that about?
He's got
Was
MST
nothing bad?
on his GRK.
Although, okay, actually, no, I take that back. The bad thing about MST ball ends is that they're so slightly different that
From
they
Yoko.
don't.
Yep,
from
they don't-
Yokomo.
They don't intermix. Yep.
It's dumb.
They're more like but you can expose them with like Tamiya TRF rod ends though, because they're about the same. So at least you do that.
It's so dumb because it's 1/10 of a millimeter.
Yep.
So what do we got here? We got, oh, this is from Judd.
Judd's
Skip.
beast mode deck.
No, he got butthurt for skipping the Z chassis last
He
week.
did get butthurt.
Skip a Z.
No, this will be fun. Beast mode on a YD2 is legit. Harvey
It's
did really well with his.
Alex didn't give it a chance. It could have been really good, but he was trying to use an E, which is the wrong transmission for that.
Let's see, Harvey was using an S transmission flipped around.
Yeah, that works.
What's
You can do
the what's the flex difference between these two?
Beast
the
mode
DX
is
and
basically
Beast
like
mode.
Jello.
Oh,
Yeah.
really?
But
Yeah.
it has a brace you can add to it in the back to stiffen it up, which is nice.
And
So.
every single Yokomo flex deck that exists that's branded flex deck is bad.
Yes.
Bad in what way?
They don't
It's-
drive.
It doesn't flex right.
Nope.
Mm. Interesting.
When I had mine, it always made them feel just like super lazy, super numb.
Yeah. The flex point's just in the wrong. They're always really far back in the chassis, rather than the flex point coming kind of forward into the middle and then
Mhm.
flex from there.
Gotcha.
Like they flex like right under the battery is where they start flexing.
I'm so mad about owning both now. Wait, what, DJ? What Mr. Spleen Machine are you mad about?
Owning both what?
Yeah, owning.
Well, he has a beast mode and an R design MST.
Oh, ball ends.
Ball ends, yeah. Yeah, 'cause he
you
just
come
has
up
the
and they don't work
MD2
and
as
then we
well.
bind. Yeah. Throw out all the MST ones and turn everything into Yokomo ball ends. Problem solved. Just,
At least the MST ones are like branded, like you can actually look at them and tell.
but not the balls. They look
Yeah.
exactly
Yeah.
the same. You can't tell.
Yeah.
There's a slight difference, but even still.
Yep.
Oh, look at this crummy Yokomo proprietary servo horn that has the plastic insert that breaks.
Mm.
Wait. What?
Yeah, the ZX came out and it had they tried to do a Yusakani PDS thing,
Oh,
but ultimately failed at it.
really? I never had the ZX, and my Z just came with the plastic horns. So, they
Yeah. So
Try to
why?
do it
So
easy.
there's a servo horn on A main. It's a Usakani one. That's like adjustable.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Why don't more companies do stuff like that? Like at least not even the adjustable part, but the part where it's on a bushing, so you can loosen the clamp and adjust your centering without actually having to take the servo off or the horn off.
It's a two-way street, right? Yeah. So there's the part of it being cool that you can do that, but it's also a clamping force instead of being on the spline. So if you hit a wall hard enough, you whack it out of like alignment. It's easy
Well,
enough to
your
get
boy
back.
doesn't really hit the walls like that, Adam.
Shouldn't
It's
be hitting
easy
all
enough to
that.
get it back into alignment, but at the same time, like when it happens, it happens.
Yeah, I mean, I can't. My MD2 is, I'm using that Usakani one, and my steering trim's at 0.
Mhm.
And it's
Like,
been
don't get me
that.
wrong, I love the system. It's just, I would say, if you do hit walls, then it's something that
I
will
mean,
come
when
and
are you
haunt
even hitting the wall with your front end like that too?
You'd be surprised.
I guess. Yeah.
You spin out and slam into the wall.
I have too much faith in the people, huh?
Let's just say my fix was not loosening the screw and just manhandling it back to straight.
Yeah, that works.
Like a BMX bike, just wrench it back.
Yeah, pretty much. Pretty much.
Oh, there we go.
So that's actually it for roast my rig.
Hey, that's fast. That's not bad.
Yeah. Oh. Okay, let's hop over here for a quick second here. Let's do this. I'm pleased and so annoyed by this at the
Is
same
that
time.
the Rev D one?
Yes.
Gotcha.
My comment in our chat was, how much MC1 can you be about MC1 without being an MC1? Austin,
Videos
I don't have a good
aren't
way.
really, yeah.
I don't have a good way for the video because they don't play in the browser.
Yeah, we can't. It's not a great setup to watch videos in Discord.
Well, hold on. For Austin, you can watch me pain my
Fumble.
way through this.
Yeah, show them how hard it is.
Is this deck an RDX deck?
It's an RDX deck.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a first party one. Like it's from Rev D.
Okay.
That's why I was saying how much MC1 can you do without being MC1?
Yeah.
Okay, so
That's the question though, right? Because like, you know, if you get deep in the theory of this, like how different can these, you know, if a RDX, like what are the suspension pickup points like compared to the YD2 platform? And if they're pretty similar, then, you know, how different can a chassis really be if the suspension design is basically the same? I mean, obviously steering linkages are the biggest difference as far as the chassis goes, but you know, they'll have a transmission that roughly has a diff in a location. I guess they change like how high or low the diff is, which can definitely have an effect, but
I mean, like I wouldn't call it a disappointment. I just feel like it's coming full circle back to MC1, right?
Well, yeah. Yeah, I get it.
yeah, I mean, if the suspension pickups on the RDX chassis are the same as the YD2, I don't know if that's the case or not, but if they are, then you have to.
Sorry. Okay. That was loud.
We got video. This is James driving Jake's thing.
Oh, the Z. Yeah.
Yeah. So this is Jake's video.
It makes a lot of sense that James could drive it like that. I drove the Z. It drove fine for me, but it wasn't my style at all.
Yeah.
Makes sense. Let's see.
I like that car. I
Mark.
drove it a bit.
Makes sense when they made the MC1 based off of their original design of the YD2. Yep.
Yeah.
And then they just took all
Who's driving James's car? Oh wait, no, that's Austin's
Austin.
car, huh?
Yeah. That's a problem that we have.
All the Taka liveries.
Same color, same livery. At least use different colors and then put the livery on it.
But it's Taka. You
Yeah,
gotta
it's a lot
do
of
the
different livery.
thing.
You can put whatever color you want.
They are
It says
not the
they are
same.
not the same. I mean,
It's the same in the glance.
sure, they're not exactly the same.
They're the same when you're just your car driving on the track and all you see is a blur.
I mean, even yesterday, James saw I was driving Austin's car, and James walked by, and he was like, "Oh, that's funny. How does it drive?" He thought it was his car.
See? That's all it takes is a glance is good enough for your brain to go, oh, that's my car.
Even James thought it was the same.
Yeah,
It's
see,
a
that's
Taka
James-
livery. It's the same.
That's James's car. That's James's car.
That's why I got a completely different one. But
Yeah,
I'll
the
still
liveries
talk-
are technically different, but I mean,
Yeah. DJ though, you need to put your Taka on your classic DJ gray brown color though.
the
There you go.
the storm gray crap, the Protect paint.
Yeah, that one. Because then we'll know it's DJ's car.
The pumpkin spice latte of liveries. Says
Basically.
Oh wait, that's Jose. Never mind. That's just Jose. Okay, what else? What else do we got? Oh. Feelings. Feelings. Do you have feelings? I have feelings.
I saw this and I got excited for a second, thinking it was a 10 scale, going, oh, that's an interesting way to do a 10 scale chassis. And then I saw it was 24th, and then I don't care.
yeah, I really don't care at all.
If this had been a 10 scale, that would be interesting.
It wouldn't be hard to do either.
No, but it would have been interesting.
I like the concept of it. I hate the marketing of it because the marketing
Oh, yeah.
basically says it'll fit a full interior.
Mm-hmm. I saw the picture. Yeah.
But that's all
All
it
the
says.
promo.
It
Yeah.
doesn't say anything about like, oh, it's a performance driven vehicle. It'll drive.
Yeah, it does. Goes around corners. Does good stuff. It
And-
is funny. I do like the mini DDS idea, though. That was cute.
Hmm.
Little micro
Yeah, I
DDS.
mean, I'm sure it's great at what it does, but I just have zero interest in a
24
different.
scale because
20,
it's the
yeah.
same price as you pay for a 10th. So why not make it a 10th?
I'm already in a hobby.
Actually,
and
so-
this is what I'm-
This is what 127 pre-order somewhere around
That's, that's not including electronics, which will be like $500.
there. Eh.
but like, where am I going to drive this? Who am I going to drive it with? And
You're gonna drive it
how
in
much
your
of that time
hotel
do I have
room.
to take away from
In your hotel room at night where you practice.
when I should be asleep?
No, so Chris did this, right? So
Oh, yeah,
he was
that's
he was
right.
drifting in his hotel room, like right behind the door on that little tile section.
Yeah.
Okay, I know I posted these. It's not about the actual tools themselves. It's just a shout to, if you have one of those stupid cheap steel like quick switch dumb tools, get yourself a real set of tools.
You're calling out
Yeah.
out there again.
No, that's fair. The whole concept of like quick change, bits it's just so trash because like you're gonna lose them. Changing them is super annoying when you can just grab the one you need and use it. It's just like it's a better experience when you're working on a car. I hate messing with bits and trying to store them and all this. It's annoying.
I used to keep one of those little like multi-bit end things in my like
I mean, I have
travel
one,
bag.
right?
I kept one in the bag for like out in the field, and one time I was out of the coast in the sand running my bashers, and I needed the 1.5 to replace a pinion. Pulled
Dripped.
the 1.5 out, dropped, and it's gone.
Gone.
Forever.
Oh,
Gone.
So-
So I'm like, that was stupid. So I carry dedicated full tools now. It's fucking dumb.
I should pull back a little bit. They have their place, which is you can buy like the mega set of every odd, weird drive style possible, right? So then in that one circumstance when you need a one weird size, you can have it. But as your main tools, absolutely not.
Now you lose one of those bits though, they're gone.
Yeah, it's gone and it's going to drive you crazy because one
Yeah.
of your things in your set is missing and then there's not really a legitimate way to get that back.
Nope.
Nope. I mean, I've seen good ones, right? Like I think
The MIP
association.
bits are nice.
Well, so like the multi tools, right?
Yeah, the full multi tools. Yeah, I had
Hey,
a
I'm
Pro-
familiar with Wera. You guys.
Anyone got those overdose tool sets?
I don't have overdose money.
Yeah.
I have one overdose part, and that's all I'll ever have.
I'm a MIP guy just because I love the whole story of the company.
Is it actually MIP or is it MIP?
You can say whatever you want. Everybody knows what you're talking about. If we're going to get technical, it's Moore's Ideal Products, Adam.
Yeah, I know. You said it on stream before.
So it would be MIP because it's abbreviated. It's not-
Okay. So this is the slide rack for the RD 2.0.
What,
Oh,
the
from who?
Racing slide rack.
It's the Yokomo slide
Oh,
rack.
it's the Yokomo slide rack.
So
Yeah.
that's kit like an upgrade kit you can buy.
So there's actually two versions
what?
of this. There's the like Z or the SX3 version of it, which is like the tried and true slide rack that we all know. And then
Yeah.
there's this version of it, which has like that center bell crank thing, which the MD2
Mhm.
has.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
It looks pretty dissimilar from that, but yes, it is the same mechanism.
So the MD2 version, I'm just gonna call it that.
Mhm.
Didn't Beast Mode have this design first? I believe so. But this version of it is $150, $140, something like that. And then the other version where it's just the slide rack and like the servo that goes right here. Oh, right here. Oh, you can't even see it. Where we're used to seeing it in like an SX3, SX2, SX3 generation.
I see.
That one is like 80, 90 bucks, something like
So
that.
it's like a horizontal servo or a longitudinal, like further back servo, right?
Well,
Basically.
this is just an adapter to get your servo away from your slide rack.
Yeah.
That's all this is.
Yeah.
This is literally all this is. This is stupid.
Yes. Well, not necessarily stupid, but
It's
It looks like a lot of complicated.
exactly. It's over. It's just.
I just
add a lot
haven't-
of complexity to the steering. Just
I wish they did better marketing of like why a slide rack works better. I'm sure there's a smart answer, like someone who knows and understands the kinematics of like steering, but it's not been explained to me. And I just look at a wiper system and I'm just like, that looks so much simpler, lighter probably, and does almost the same thing. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
so Sean, DDSS for the cost savings alone. I'm on the same board. Like,
yeah. How much was this?
Right, at that point, for sure.
yeah, so this full setup is like $150, which in
Ooh.
line with their old stuff, like if you were to upgrade a YD2S with the SX3 slide rack, it was a full $150.
No. But wait. If I did this, okay, I bought a plastic YD2Z. I bought the Z slide rack upgrade kit. It was $80.
Right. So
And
there's
this-
there's a generational gap, right?
This is
Yeah.
so stupid.
So the original YD2S upgrade kit to SX3 had the one-piece bulkhead, right? It came with the
Yeah.
aluminum plate. So that
Yeah,
was the
yeah.
$150.
That was-
Then
Yeah.
the Z
But
came
the
out.
rack didn't change. Just the bulkhead changed. The rack
Right.
was the
Right. And then the Z came out. And then the Z
and they used the one-piece plastic SX3 style bulkhead.
and
but
that's
had
when
a
it
one-
became the $80 upgrade.
Yeah, which is we're going backwards again here.
But-
Oh, I mean, I hate the fact that this is
Sure.
they're bearing their metal on like
The
what
one
do you
piece,
call it?
yeah, the one piece lightweight slide rack, whatever.
Yeah, it's just the fact that well, Logan, have you seen any wear from your bearings on your slide rack yet? Or have you even checked?
No, I look without. I wouldn't be able to call it wear. There's definitely a marking on the slide rack that's black, but without more inspection, I wouldn't be able to tell you that it's actually wear and not just dirt. You know, it doesn't come off easily, but yeah, I suspect it's probably not a situation where you're going to see a lot of actual wear. We'll see.
Not stress and pressure.
I do drive a lot, so I mean, if that's an issue, it will become apparent to me. So,
The Wrap Up Next version of this has that problem. The MST version of this has that problem. The YD2, SX2, SX3, that sandwich version, because it's flat surfaces on flat surfaces,
Hang on,
that worked great.
it did, and because it wasn't a channel and the bearings rode on a flat surface instead of that weird ass
That's
cut
what I'm
out
saying.
metal, yeah, there's no wear on this one, and this has been used. So yeah, no, I liked the two-piece one better.
Direct drive is for pan cars.
No, direct
So-
drive is the best.
and the other, it's
I mean,
kinda
he's not wrong. Direct drive is for pan cars.
True.
What's
True,
kind of
true.
weird with this setup is you have a plastic car, and then all of a sudden there's like carbon fiber and an aluminum piece, and
It
Yeah,
does look
actually-
weird on my Z because it's got a SX3 slide rack on a plastic bulkhead, but it works.
So
but it's
okay,
not overly complex like this.
but coming back to it, this is only the steering rack. This isn't upgrading your bulkhead or anything. For
No, it's-
$150, that's
a
insane.
lot. That's
And
insane.
so how much is it? How much would a DDSS be for an RD2 if you were to switch?
$100.
180. Oh, for an RD. Oh, yeah.
100.
100.
Yeah.
So straight
Unless they
$100.
upped it.
You could
unless
slap a
they changed
DDSS
it.
on. I mean, what? Yeah, it seems silly to buy this then at that point.
You didn't know it's definitely silly to buy this. The only reason you'd buy this is to get that. Was that 1, 2, 3, 4 pieces to adapt the servo to be mid chassis.
Mm.
That's the only reason why you get this is to run your servo away from the slide rack, and that's a lot of money for 4 pieces of usefulness.
Yeah, like as far as the parts kit that you get, this is $150 right here.
No, I mean, so here it is. That is fair for the amount of parts that they are manufacturing, and it's a lot of machining, aluminum, and hardware. It's a whole lot of stuff, but that is the problem, right? Because it's so much stuff compared to what the DDSS is, and is probably a more favorite, or I would say a more liked steering system. So it's like we made a more complicated system that costs more money and is less enjoyed than what you have, and so it just doesn't make a lot of sense to me.
Well,
The one thing you have with a slide rack though is what people have with the DDS is they have problem getting their Ackerman and their angles correct, and it's some people have problems with the DDS, but a slide rack you can't really mess it up.
well, so
Not as easily.
with the intervention of the slide rack, this, if you can see my cursor here, this part right here, the whole adjustment for the Ackerman setup, this is what changed the game for this. Not even the fact that it was a slide rack. Yes, slide rack would help, right? But the idea that you can just simply add spacers to easily change your Ackerman infinitely, like to the 0.5 millimeter mark, right? That was the important part. And now what we saw Cre8tve come out with the hybrid slide rack. It's a bell crank, but it has this type of adjustment on it. Cre8tve RDX has it, and RD 2.0 has it as well. So like with that adjustment, the thing that you gain is less slop, kind of.
Yeah, you're eliminate any ball joint you can eliminate, right?
Good, yeah. The less ball joints, the better.
Let's see what
I mean,
do we got
I'm
here?
saying all this as someone who drives this system, so it's like,
Well, so my problem is that the $150 back then included a full one-piece aluminum bulkhead.
Yeah, it was a full bulkhead upgrade too. Okay,
This-
okay. But I remember, again, they go back and forth on the pricing because the YD2E had a bulkhead and slide rack upgrade, and it was a bulkhead plus the slide rack, and it was like $180.
No, but that's what I'm
But it
talking
was
about.
with the bulkhead. This for $150 with just a plastic bulkhead is dumb.
It's absurd.
Yeah.
Will people buy it? Yeah.
Yes.
My joke about this picture is that the ball end plastic tree was the most worthwhile part in this.
That's
yeah.
Those are so good. I ordered 2 more like
Just
2 weeks
keep
ago.
buying them.
Yep.
And but that's not. See, the problem is that's not the right one, though, right? Because
No,
it doesn't
that's
have
the
90s.
That's the 4. That's the what? The 4.8.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you're on the 90 kick, then you have to do the 4.3.
Yep. Those are the ones to go with. They're so good.
David in chat is just commenting on servo position. He said, in my opinion, having the servo towards the rear makes the car push, so you need some weight up front. And I agree with him on the front weight thing, but I would tell him, in my MD2, which has this setup, I'm sitting at 65 with my ESC in front of the motor, so
I say it depends on the chassis.
Well,
for sure.
I mean, just to go off of that really quickly, oddly enough, it takes a lot of weight placement to change that percentage a lot,
Mm-hmm.
right? Like, you're not going to be moving 10 grams like in front or behind the axle to like change
No.
that percentage. It's
Yeah.
a significant amount of weight.
Yeah.
But at the same time, this is also what Kevin was talking about last week. How he put the RCO caster, soda caster plate on it and still even added weight towards the front.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, and he said he was targeting like 65, right?
For the price. Oh, yeah. For weight bias, 65.
Yeah. Yeah.
Sean, that's why I went with Shark with my RRTR YD2. It was less than $400 for the entire kit. Such a deal. Yeah. Because it's what, 380? 390 for the Shark conversion? And that's all of it.
All of it with the deck?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's not bad. Like,
No, yeah, that sounds about right.
well, whatever. It's an old topic. Yeah, if you do need any like current build information, go hit up Sean's channel. He's doing his build of his Shark, like just as we go along here. Has really good, like, this is what he's doing, this is what he's trying, here's how it pans out.
Nice.
Have you had Sean on before?
Nope, not yet.
Not yet.
I think I've said that we need to collab. That's as far as that we've gone.
Let's do
So,
that.
Sean, yeah, hit me up or I'll message you later. We're looking at May calendar days.
Yeah.
Okay, what do we got? Are we running out of things? Oh, let's do the thing. We're gonna do the thing
Oh, okay.
before we forget about it.
Right?
Okay, you guys, here's your last chance. Rules of the game is you have to be subscribed to even chat right now. You're chatting hashtag all lowercase mile high to be a part of this drawing. Just a reminder, we're giving away 1 FD kit, 2 magnetic plugs, and 1 Pokeball spur gear cover. So, yeah, last chance to do hashtag mile high in the chat, and we will do a drawing. You have to be here to claim it, because if you're not here, I don't know how to get a hold of you.
And frankly, you're lucky because it's only 10:45, so usually this would be a lot later.
Yeah, it would, right? It's like usually everything comes at the end. And if you're still watching, go ahead and like the thing. And you guys, thank you for so much for doing the super chats. We won't see that money for a while because YouTube does increments of $100 payouts. So it will be a while.
Really?
So in 2 months,
Oh,
you might get a first check.
that sucks.
And basically how it works, so everything's transparent, is that like 30% goes back to YouTube essentially for taxes and all that fun stuff.
Yep.
You're at like 24. Yeah. Thanks, Smile. Thanks, Mark. Okay. Are you guys ready?
Let's do it.
I wish there was a way to like make this more entertaining, but it's just a thing that comes up. Okay.
After we do this drawing, there is another product watch I would shout out.
Okay. So I'm gonna press this button. Actually, let's go back here because it'll show up here. And our first choice of winner is Josh Fenich. Are you here? Are you in chat?
Oh, neat. Winner selected.
Who?
Josh
Mhm.
Fenich.
I haven't even seen that person in the chat.
I had to be way long ago at the beginning.
Please say no.
How long are we gonna give him?
I seen them.
I'm not sure if it's actually following the rules.
No, it is. That I saw him. I see where he typed it in at.
Okay.
Yeah, I found where he typed it in. It
He
was way
hasn't
back.
won yet. He needs to claim it.
He needs to claim it.
We'll give him until 10:49. But yeah, what's your product, Logan?
Oh, just a guy we've brought up before when we had Mark on, but Cre8tve RC.
Yeah.
He has a RDX chassis that he's doing a pre-order for.
Okay.
Looks pretty interesting. Called the Scarab. It's like an LTS deal.
Josh, if you're in chat, you need to own up to it real quick here.
Or maybe
Called the
that.
Scarab.
Scarab.
Okay.
Yeah. That might have already ended though. Let's see.
Wow, if I could type.
Maybe I'm wrong.
Got a
Scarab.
webpage.
He might have ended it actually. I'm sorry. Yeah. Dang it. We missed that. Too bad.
Hmm.
I'm sure it will. I'm sure that will come around again because that thing looks pretty cool.
That's interesting.
And I very much have enjoyed Cre8tve's
Firstly,
YouTube channel.
as a we'll figure something out. To be honest, even if I won, I have zero idea of what to pick. Like, oh no, you don't get a pick. It's just everything.
You win
Yes.
it all.
You win it all.
So this is
I
what
like
it
the
is.
upside down ESC plate. I enjoy that. Upside
It's an
down ESC
RER in
plate.
disguise.
Yeah, I like that. I enjoy it.
Okay. I see no
response.
choosy. Let's see if I can just
Do it again.
Roll
do it
again.
again. Hey, look who it is.
Same person. What? Oh,
Darren.
Darren.
Darren's the one.
Hey, he's in there.
Yeah, he
he's
was
here.
the one that says, like,
Yeah.
please say
Nice.
no.
He's like, time's up. Spin it again. Darren won.
Okay, Darren, so I think the best way is either find me on Facebook or find me on Instagram.
Discord. Or Discord.
Or Discord, yeah.
Yeah. Message on Discord.
Oh yeah. In order to qualify, you have to be following all of us on Instagram.
Yeah. Jeez, DJ. Holy cow.
Rigged.
So yeah, I need to figure out where you're at. So get in contact with me, DM me. I will
Yeah,
say
no,
Facebook.
on-
Facebook is probably going to be the fastest way because I'm on there more. Discord might not.
You're
Not
on
so
the
much.
Discord right now.
Yeah, you're in the Discord.
It's sparse. Like I'll see it, but it's sparse. Facebook will be the faster method. But yeah, congrats, Darren. You
Congrats, dude.
you win the things.
You did it. Way to hang in there, bud.
You won our first ever giveaway sponsored by Mile High. Did you know that
Shout out
on
to Mark.
YouTube you have to mark your channel if you have a paid advertisement, or mark the video as a paid advertisement, or if you have any product sponsorship or anything like that?
No, I don't do YouTube, so I did not know that.
Just so, like, I didn't know 100% sure, but yeah.
I mean,
Anyway,
yeah, I guess technically that applies.
so it's checked for this video just in case,
Just to cover your butt.
just
Yep.
to cover my butt. Okay, so what is this? Like Beast Mode does it too. The top plate for the thingy
Got extra holes, so maybe for
body mount.
I don't know. We should try to
adding
get him on the
legs.
show, and then we can ask him about it.
For sure.
I'll hit him up.
Okay.
see the bottom of it.
Why is this? Why does he have the velocity stack?
For looks. It's so he gets extra air velocity.
I mean, why does anybody though?
Looks
For looks,
for looks.
but it's
Why?
pointing down.
That's the only reason why this has stayed on here for so long.
If I was gonna
Is
do
the
an
only
air,
stupid cool
if I was
looking
gonna do a velocity stack, the only way would be like pointing down, touching the chassis, because it's funny.
My favorite implementation of the fan stack is on Elliot's Yokomo RR, because it's like it's cut through the top plate, so the shroud like actually sits in the top plate.
Oh, neat.
It looks
I
cool.
don't think I've looked at that much.
Hey Mark, why doesn't Cam ever join on this podcast? I don't know.
Who's Cam?
It sounds like a well, yeah, who is Cam?
Elliot's saying the ESC is held up by the stack itself. Oh, Cam is
Wouldn't that
Cre8tve.
be funny?
Oh, well, there we go. We'll get him on. I'm literally messaging him right now on Facebook. Hopefully he's watching.
He is Shredcraft.
Is he watching? Probably not.
No, probably not.
I think he's watched before. I think I've seen the name pop into chat.
Hmm.
Jose, next week, hopefully I'll have Yokomo bags. Finally. We're talking about like pit bags, or are we talking about like radio bags? Or the hauler bag that's supposedly airline safe?
Well, Jose asked about mini scale Yokomo bags.
Oh, those. Yeah.
Scale pit haulers. Okay, that's cute.
Yeah, when Mark was on the stream, he showed them. And they're small little 10th scale Yokomo pit bags.
Those are nice, yeah. That's as good as like the scaled like boxes and shit. Those are funny.
Okay. So we got the giveaway done. That's cool. Darren, I will be looking for your information. Oh, is this you? Nope. Oh. Okay. Oh shoot, you're seeing that too. Oh
Yeah.
no.
Yeah, we've seen that.
Yeah, that's on the screen.
Well, it sounds like Mark's gonna be taking care of you, and then we're gonna get the we're gonna have another giveaway over at PDX.
Secret's out.
Secrets out. Oh my gosh. Well, that makes it easy then. So thanks, Mark. You are for sure one cool dude.
Mark is a cool guy, for sure.
I'll make sure I won't be here. Okay, you guys. Well, Logan, do we have anything else to talk about? Lance, do we have anything else to talk about?
I don't know. I've just been working on my projects.
When are you going to go up to PDX next time?
Me?
Lance? Yeah.
I don't know. I've been trying not to drive much because I had like 2 millimeters of rear brake pads, and I just did that today, so I can drive places again.
2 millimeters is fine.
It was only one pad, was it 2? The other ones were all really, yeah. It was. I didn't want to drive as much, but I've also just been busy with work and just my own new deck projects and stuff. So,
actually, better question. When do you want to head down to Twisted RC and check them out?
Where's that?
Oh yeah,
it's in Roseburg.
That's right. Oh, I haven't seen. Are they done with it yet? Because last I saw that they were like just putting it in.
There's been no updates on their website, so I think Spencer is going to be our local guy there.
Yeah, I agree with Mark. He said -2 millimeters is when you need to stop driving.
Yeah. When it's
Get into that back plate, then you're good.
I just replaced my rear rotors this summer. I didn't want to fucking shred them again.
Well, no, I mean Lance has had a lot of car work happen over this past year.
I swear it's my wheels just they gunk up, all the dust stays in there, and it just gunks up my calipers, and then they just stick and shred pads. It's the problem. It's the price I pay. Anyways, I don't know, maybe next weekend, maybe the weekend after that. I would like to go up before
What's that?
Expo.
Before Expo. Okay.
Yeah.
That doesn't give us a lot of time.
No, I know it doesn't because Expo's in like
2 weeks.
What, 2 weeks?
2 weeks.
Is it 2 weeks already? Oh my god!
The
It's
Expo
still
in
in
2
May.
weeks?
You're right.
It's 2 weeks.
Oh my god, dude. What?
Oh
No,
God.
3
No,
weeks.
it's
I'm
3
sorry.
weeks.
Okay. I was like, nah.
Okay.
Because
Oh,
the 6
man,
the
don't do
6 is
that.
the Gambler 500 thing.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Okay. No, I don't know. Maybe next Friday. Maybe the 5th. Maybe a Saturday. Maybe a Sunday.
I
don't
can
know.
do a Friday. I'm off Fridays, so that would work out for me.
Fridays are nice just because it's easier to get up there at night and drive home late.
Mhm.
I have an easier time doing that than trying to drive up early.
Although I
Yeah.
will say driving down to Eugene in that stretch is way more boring than driving up north.
That's why I don't drive that way. I get off in Lebanon and then I take 99 down
Okay.
'cause it's
Okay.
not as boring.
How far is Roseburg?
2 hours.
2
for me.
hours south of? There'd be an hour south of me. Yeah.
2 hours for me.
What's the surface gonna be?
Shop P-Tile, like
Yeah.
what was
like
what
Northwest.
was at Northwest.
Right.
Well, what's at PDX?
Same thing.
Yeah, same thing. Yeah. Basic tile. Yeah. I can
we'll
do
have
that.
To,
whenever
we'll have
you
to
want.
do a PDX trip, like just bring down like 20 people down there. That'd be sick.
Let's confirm that the thing is still
It's
going.
actually there.
Yeah, that too.
Because maybe
Sounds
the
like a good
shop
idea.
doesn't exist now. Who knows?
What's it called?
Twisted RC.
Yeah.
They do a lot of crawling.
It's basically they're trying to do what Northwest was. A bit of everything.
A little bit of
Yeah,
everything.
Yeah, in one shop. Yep. But it looks like a pretty good space from what me and Adam were looking at. What, 3 months ago, something like that.
Is it Twisted RC or is it Twisted Steel RC?
I'm sorry.
Twisted Steel.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Twisted Steel.
All right.
Yeah.
Cool.
Make a little run down there and give them some love.
Yeah.
Definitely.
All right, you guys. We're just rambling right now, so let's end it here. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks for being a part of the giveaway. First giveaway, so I'm glad it went as smoothly as it did.
Yeah.
That was fun. It was fun. If you go hit up Alex, I'm sure he'll appreciate the social media stuff because he doesn't do it as much as he says he should. So make him do it. Lance, do you got anything else?
No.
Okay.
No, not right now.
Last
Not right
checks. And yeah, if you guys, same idea, if you have any topics, post them into the topics and ideas section of the Discord because I like to see it as actual topics instead of like a random chat about things.
But yeah, do submit topic ideas because we do this every week, so it can be challenging to
Come up
with a show.
Yep.
Yep. Take it easy, just like Mile High is saying.
Thanks
Thank
to all
you.
you for coming out and watching.
I'm actually trying to look for the end stream button. Here we go.
Right.
Okay.
We're stuck. We have to do this
Right.
until we can find
We
it.
can't leave.
All right. Okay. Last time. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next week. Yeah, next week we'll see ya. And have fun. Stay safe. Bye.
Bye.
Wait.